Oh, Jimmy's on. I'm missing my boy Jimmy. That sucks. Okay, why is this thing not showing my? There you go, son of a bitch. Not showing my. There you go, son of a bitch. Not showing my. Okay, and then we get to hear that a gazillion times. Okay, edit stream. We are not playing Destiny 2. We're playing. Just chatting. Okay, cool. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. It's Mindfulpig, and it is time for another podcast day. Whoop whoop. Sorry, I was not farting around. I just simply had to do a whole bunch of things all at once. Like right now, I have to blow my nose. Son of a bitch. Okay, sorry. I don't know what the hell it is. Something in this house is getting me fucking stuffed right up. And I'm head up to here, let me tell you. Up to fucking here. It's probably you, Bowser, you little monkey's ass. But yeah, so it's podcast day. Same as last time, right? I'm gonna shoot the shit. People hop on, they hop on. If they don't, then well, you get the pig for an hour or two, depending how long I want to yabber on. Um, what was I gonna start off with? Oh yeah. Well, one thing I might have to walk away like for a couple minutes just to make my cup of coffee. So it's all good. Don't worry about it. But I found out Thursday we have an inspection in our apartment block, so that's why I'm a little bit late hopping on because I had to clean all the way till 7, and then afterwards, do this with you wonderful people. So sorry it took me like another 10 minutes to hop on, but yeah, I had to start a little bit today. I'm gonna do a little more tomorrow, and hopefully by Thursday I'll just wake up and do the final nooks and crannies. Oh god, I really need to smoke some fucking marijuana right now because my nose is just stuffed right up. Ooh, ooh, there we go. But I hope you guys are all doing good and everyone's been having a really good week. I got the. Oh, such a dumbass. That's not the menu I wanted to be on. Sorry. Okay, anyone said. Sorry. Oh, wow, fuck, my fault. If anyone did say anything, I'm sorry I didn't get to see because I was a goofball and I forgot to put my Twitch chat on instead of just having my stream manager on. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, same as always, right? Rule of thumb, whatever you want to call it, rules of the day. If you're on Twitch chat, I will read out your chat right to the other members that hop on, or if it's just towards me, I'll read out to myself, obviously. Any topic of discussion you guys can be a part of, and you can go ahead and say your piece on it, or even rebuttal what someone else says and challenge their point. This is just an open mic podcast. You know what I mean? Like you guys go ham wild. Just be mindful, be respectful. Remember, like everyone has different views, that kind of jazz. Yeah, let's just have fun with it, man. I'm gonna quickly grab the. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I can't quickly grab that. Oh, I actually screwed this up too, eh? There you go. Wow, wonderful. He just had nothing ready to go. I'm gonna quickly grab my phone, the podcast questions of the day. And I'll post them over into general and the chat. There you go. So those are 3 questions that we had this time around. So it was, what's your forever binge show and why should we all be watching it? What's the best RPG of all time in your view? And then whatever you all pick. So usually everyone has something they want to say. So I try to leave that one open now. Um. Okay, get this set up again. Perfect. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's gonna be the gist of it all. No, it's still going. Sorry, I was listening to my coffee maker, see if it's still going to go or not. But yeah, so I mean, before everyone else gets on here, I'll just do my normal shiznak for the week and everything I've been up to and my thoughts and opinions and all that jazz. So work sucks. Just gonna say that right now. Never be a store manager. It's the worst decision of my life. I hate inventory. I hate everyone that's so grumpy at my work, like not coworkers, customers, of course. And yeah, and I hate doing stock because it just never seems like it's enough. So there you go. Retail, hate, hate, hate. No, like it's just annoying right now because I'm in inventory mode. So basically, I have to like get the whole store refreshed every single year, and it's not that bad. But this year we hit a road bump, and the back room just really freaking piled up, to the point that my DM got in there, right, and just had to be a wonderful, positive individual, and you know, give me a challenge to get it down, which was like, okay, whatever. Like I get it. Yeah, I screwed up. It's too heavy back there. We need to get it down. But then we like missed his goal by 100 boxes. Like we got it down, but they wanted 1,500. They wanted 1,500 weekly, which is just ridiculous. The first week made sense because we got 24 extra hours to do it. So I was like, okay, whatever. You gave us extra hours. We're obviously going to do our best to hit that goal. I need to like do it the second week though with not the same hours. It's like no, and it's not even the same freaking what you call it. Oh, I forget it's in a jar now. I was looking for the bag. Um, we didn't even get the same like what do you call it? Off hours, right? So example, I have to invest 30 hours every week into stock. Okay, so you got 24 extra hours, so it's 54. I think with my mm, mm, awesome scheduling, I did get 69 hours put into that. And then this week, I think we have like, I don't know, 50, maybe. No, we have 42 hours put into it. 45 hours, 45 hours, sorry. Try to remember what the paper looked like in my office. But anyway, so there's 45 hours, so it's still like 15 hours over it. So we still did awesome. That is again because of my scheduling. Because Sundays, for example, I will just like do the whole thing myself with just the cashiers, which is really like tough, right? Because you're stocking, you got paperwork, you got like your normal um like duties to do, like backup cash or balloons or like um recovering the sales floor, like all that jazz, right? So it's all that plus like my normal duties. So it's pretty tough by myself, but whatever. I manage, right? Cashiers are really good. They usually don't ask for help too often, so I got a lot of flexibility there. Um, and then throughout the week, right, I'll just pump it up to like three assistant managers a day, most of them, right? And then Saturday, it's usually me and one other assistant manager. Um, so yeah, like that's one way I budget out my schedule so that I can have more people in the morning. So most of my team, right, will work 6 to 9, or they'll work the 4 to close. Now, because it's starting to get a little busier, I have to have another person on cash. Before that, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm such a piggy. Before that, I was usually using the assistant managers as cashiers, right? I mean, they're still backup, and then I'm backup, which is a lot better because obviously the more free time I have, the more I can just run around the sales floor and do stuff, right? Like, I'm not saying I'm like great like compared to other people, but I'm just saying like I can access more things like the gun and stuff like that, or making a quick decision if I have to, not ask for permission. So that part like speeds it all up. Plus, I'm just really good at like I can have an idea in my head, but then if I'm going to explain it to you, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I start to struggle. I'm getting better with it, obviously, being as a store manager, but it still could be a struggle to me. Like we could have to do like an aisle change or a seasonal flip, whatever the case is, and like I can see it all in my head, but to tell you what it is, like it's painful. Like I have to go like step by step to explain to you what I'm envisioning. So yeah, that's my long-winded explanation of why work sucks. As far as the good stuff, I watched The Help this weekend, which was awesome. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Like Jesus Murphy. Um, just damn emotional. You know what I mean? Like definitely get ready. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a couple people. Like there's two different kinds of people. You know what I mean? Because I know some that watched it right that didn't really get moved by it, and there's others that, like myself, that did get moved by it, right? So, like, it's pretty touching. I think it's all about um, Mississippi. I'm pretty sure that's where the one is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it takes place in Mississippi because it's supposed to be like one of the most racist states in that time frame, and apparently it's still like really rough. I don't know for sure, right? So I'm not gonna shout that fact out. But back in this time when the movie was taking place, it was a terrible time to live in if you were a black person, and yeah, it was just like their lives and everything they went through. And it was crazy. It was just fucking like I never hated so many people in a movie. Like Jesus Murphy, like there were just things that they would do. Like they made them have like a separate bathroom, which is bad, right? Not as bad as obviously some of the stuff they were doing in that movie, but like the reason I'm using that as example, sorry, is because there was one scene where like there was like a fucking tornado outside, and the girl was like, "Well, just a few raindrops, like you can go outside." It's like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Like fucking let her, like sit on the goddamn toilet inside. Like just it's crazy, just crazy the thought process people had back then. I mean, there are people still like that nowadays, right? But it's crazy like that was like the norm, like just fucking blows my mind. Like I had that discussion with my mom, right? Because she's obviously older than me, right? And even like her, like from her time frame, which I think was, I don't want to obviously shout out the exact year, right? But we'll just say in the 50s, was born and then grew up through all that, right? And yeah, even she doesn't see that as like a norm. Like, like she can't picture do that. She gets like in tears and everything when she sees those kind of movies. Very emotional, but I like that. My mom was cool. But yeah, so that movie was just freaking nuts. Like it was just there's a lot of sad moments, but a lot of happy moments too. And the ending was really really good. Yeah, and the cast of actors too were fantastic. I thought they all did a great job with their roles. Like the ones you wanted to hate, you definitely hated, and the ones you were cheering for the whole time. They definitely gave you that um, resilience, I guess, that you want from those kind of characters. They did, yeah, just fantastic. What else I watched? I also on that same bandwagon. When I was at my mom's, I watched. I'm gonna screw this up. Django Unchained. I think that's how you say it properly. It's Quentin Tarantino's one of his movies. So basically, there is I think he's a British gentleman. Oh yeah, I showed this out last time. Yeah, I think I did. I feel like I talked to this before. But anyway, if I did, sorry. If I did, I apologize as well. But there is a British gentleman, right, that comes across this like slave trader, sorry. I don't know what you want to call it, like convoy line. But anyway, he like stops him, right? And he questions one of the guys on there, and he can tell this guy's something, right? Like he's gonna be something big. So he has a conversation with him, right? And this guy's the British guy that's gonna like purchase him is just so good with his words. Like he's so suave and stuff. It's so neat. And yeah, basically he just turns around and shoots the slave trader, right? The one that like has them all tied up. Um, Kills one of them, sorry. The other guy he shoots in the leg, and then he just goes up to me. He's like, "Well, you can be free. You can do whatever you want, or you can come with me and be a bounty hunter. Like I'll show you the ropes on how to become one." Obviously, he chooses to become a bounty hunter, which, oh man, he starts off like a little rough with the gun, but it's Jamie Foxx that plays the role as the guy that's becoming a bounty hunter. But like later on in the show, like damn man, he's got fucking sniper vision. Like it's so good, it's so good. And that movie's gory as hell though too. Shit, man, when someone gets shot with a gun, like their whole chest and arms and like just huge explosions. Like it's crazy. The amount of blood is just ridiculous too. But that movie has a lot of moments too that are like really intense. If yeah, if you don't want to see that kind of violence, definitely it's gonna be a huge trigger for you. But again, like another fantastic ending. Justice, I will promise you, gets served to the highest level. Jimmy Fox, like yeah, he just fucking takes him out. It's so good. But you'd expect, right? Like you want him to be the winner there, the upper dog. Um, what was the other one I watched? Oh, Freaky Friday. I watched Freaky Friday. Really good, Really like that one. Apparently, there's like three different versions of it. So I saw the version with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, and that was so good. Um, yeah, I can't talk about it enough. It was just funny. It was witty. The two of them did a great job together. Even like watching it, I was like, damn, they must have laughed together so many times in this. Like, like it's just like it's just such a funny concept, right? Like the kid being the adult and the adult trying to be the kid, and just the two people they picked. Like I wouldn't think of Lindsay Lohan as funny, but like now seeing her in that one and Mean Girls, like damn, she had a good thing going. Like she was a good actress then, and Jamie Lee Curtis is just freaking phenomenal. Like she literally can take a role up and just own it like nothing. I love to watch her movies. But yeah, so that was a good one. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely please watch it. I switched up my cartoon routine as we talk about every week. So this week I've been watching a lot of American Dad, which has been fantastic. I love American Dad. It's really funny. Roger's hilarious. Obviously, I love Jeff. um, Stan is just I don't know. Like Stan is never the star of the show to me. You know what I mean? Like I know they really try to have him as good as Peter, but he'll never be a Peter. Just like Steve will never be a Stewie. Steve is good, but he is definitely not a Stewie. Uh, Roger, I find better than Brian, but only because like Roger has like this whole extra layer, right? Like, I mean, he's dressed up in costumes, right? He's always going to avoid being detected. He dies multiple times, like the costumes of characters he dressed up as, and yet he's still alive in the next scene. Like, there's just so much to Roger that's cool. Um, Klaus is okay too. The fish, he's not like the end of the world. Fred's like, is it Freddy? There's a Francine. No, it's Francine, I think. Yeah, Francine. She is good. She is a solid character. She is definitely a good match from Lois Griffin. Like she has her own quirks and stuff that make her work. So I'd say yeah, she's as good as Lois. Um, Stan's friends too. Like they don't really cut the mustard. I feel like they even knew that. Like they don't really focus much on them. It's weird because yeah, they focus more on like Steve's friends and Haley's boyfriends, which is odd. Um, Haley's okay too. Like she's all right. She's not a bad character. It's just a little like one trick pony. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of the same jokes always with her, which kind of sucks, but whatever. And yeah, and then it leads me to my last show. So I ended up watching The Good Place, as we all know, and I finished my last two episodes, and they were just fantastic. I honestly loved it. I don't think they could have ended that show in a better way. It was, it was so emotional, and it was like you didn't want it to end. Do you know what I mean? Like as much as like I knew it had to end, I did want it to end. Like I was done with it, but those last two episodes, oh, they just make you want to like watch it all over again. Like the characters, how it all comes to an end. I don't want to spoil too much for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but like I said at the start, fuck season two. You know what I mean? Just power through it. It gets better. I know the first part's extremely boring. Season one will entrap you and make you fall in love with the show. Season two ending to season three definitely picks it back up, finds its place. I think it does a really good job. Season four was just stretched out too long. Like I say again, season four ending, fantastic. Season four beginning, pretty decent. Season four, like the middle half, didn't need it. You just didn't need it. Like I get it. Like I'm happy I got to have more of that world, but it was just a lot of filler. A lot of filler all the time. I I I want to say you almost could have got away if they would have cut out all the extra jazz. Season one, don't cut a thing. Don't cut a thing in season one. Season two, three, and four probably could have been cut down a little bit more. It could have been a 3 season show, and I think it would have been just as impactful, um, as opposed to having the 4 seasons. That's just my view, though. Like, there's definitely going to be me rewatching it. Um, There were episodes that were really funny that I definitely want to rewatch again. But I don't think it'll be like Friends where I'll be able to rewatch it from start to finish. I think it had a lot of dull moments that I definitely want to skip. Um, yeah, but yeah, again, just great, and the character development too. Like I was talking to Z Chick in the Discord, and Michael's character development I thought was so fantastic. Like everyone has their own characters, right? Like Cheyenne has hers that she liked, Z Chick has hers that she liked. I'm sure as other people will hop onto these conversations, they'll have their own. But I liked Michael. I loved the whole evil badass, becoming more than that. And I don't want to again, I don't want to spoil too much, but like he gets such a good ending. It fit him to a T. I don't think there was a better way you could have ended it for him. The other characters, it was kind of like sad but like happy. Um, but yeah, I like that they did Michael's different. They did other characters different as well, but I'm not going to spoil that one. Um, that one was kind of okay. Like I don't know, it's the other one that got their different ending was I feel like it was just kind of like playing on that character's stereotype already that they had going on throughout the whole series. So that was kind of like it was okay, like whatever, like yay for them. But the same breath, it was like a little cheesy. That was a little too cheesy. Um, yeah. Um, like I said, can't say enough. Definitely give the show a watch. I think it's up there with Mom. I mean, fuck. I've had two different TV shows that have moved me, and Good Place is definitely one of them. Definitely learned a lot about morals in that one, and it made me think and view things a lot differently. And Mom was the other one I watched that really changed my perspective on addicts and just what they go through. So like it's just just neat. I like that there is shows like that, right? They really they could change you just from watching them. And it's just like a comedy show, a sitcom, like it's cool. I don't know. I always think that's really neat storytelling. So yeah, that takes care of all that jazz. Um Slay the Spire I brought up last time. I already beat that one, so I'm not gonna hashtag that again. What else did we do? I did play more Slay the Spire, but I didn't get much further into it. I played Breath of the Wild for about an hour, and I beat a shrine because I was stuck on it. Oh, excuse me. We also did puzzles and zombies on Wednesday, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that game. I know I should play a different mobile game tomorrow, but I really, really want to play that one some more because I was enjoying my time with it. But I know, well, actually, just shout out to Z Chick because she says she always likes the variety I have on that one. So I'm sure others feel the same way, but she was the one that wasn't shy enough to say it. So I should stick with that because that is a good idea. At least everyone gets to see different mobile games. So I'll pick a different one. I'll stream zombies and or puzzles and zombies on a different day. I might even I don't know. I have to. Sorry, I keep punching the mic. I might wait till after inventory, but I'll probably do like here and there a few of them. But I definitely want to get Kick started. So if you guys don't know, there's another streaming platform out there called Kick. They're still in their beta stage, and that's KICK. Sorry, um, but they have like a really good offer. So basically, if someone subs to you, you get 95% of the profits, and they get 5% of the profits. So, and the fact that they're in their beta stage right now, it'd be just be a good time to join and build up a little bit of a reputation on there. And then hopefully, once they go pro, maybe they'll pick me up. I just got to figure out what I want to stream because I think I'm gonna stream on that one. I don't want it to be the same as Twitch. Um, what you call it? Um, YouTube has its own thing, right? So I'd want that one to be a little bit different. I just don't know what difference going to be yet. That's why I'm kind of waiting and debating how I want to run it. Because even like, okay, so YouTube, I got the mobile streams, which is great, right? I don't mind doing that. Um, I might pick a game from that. Maybe I'll do like Elder Scrolls Legends, or I'll do Puzzles and Zombies, or hmm, yeah, I don't know yet. There's something I definitely want to do for that one when I use that as my platform. Because with YouTube, like I got Mobile Wednesday, but the other thing I'm gonna like have integrated more into my YouTube channel is I want to have like more just videos of me doing stuff. So like for example, there's these really cool like Lego gummies at work, and like they actually like build, and I want to like, I figure I'll do a stream where I'm just building something out of Lego gummies because that just seems stupid and fun. I also want to get Lego and do that too. I have 100 Yu-Gi-Oh packs to open up, so it'd be kind of cool to do a stream of just opening them and showing off the cards. Yeah, I mean, as these like things come to me, I'm just gonna add them on more and more, right? And I figured those would be good videos to have. Yeah, I mean, I could just do Gems of War on there too. That's another possibility, is have a Gems of War account on there, especially now because 3M joined my guild, so I have to actually be a part of that. Which I might do Thursday nights. In all honesty, I think Thursday nights are gonna be back to Gems of War because yeah. Oh hey, how's it going? Hey, can I ask you for a super super small favor? Can you make me a cup of coffee? I already cooked it. I cooked it in the pan. Okay, thank you. Um, yeah. Sorry, Cheyenne threw me off now. Yeah. So Thursday nights I'm gonna do Gems of War. I think that'll be a good idea. Yeah, yeah, I think we'll go back to that. And again, right, this week everything's fine. I'm not having my meltdown like I was last week, so I'll be able to do all my streams as normal. I am sorry if they'll be like shorter as I lead up to inventory. Again, can't speak when it gets close to the end of inventory, like that final week or two. There will probably be a few streams cut. I will never cut the podcast though, and I'll never cut Community Day because those are two important days. Obviously, for not only my streaming, but just for the Discord community. I say this as no one's on right now, but but you know what I mean. Like I know a lot of people do look forward to it. I know a lot of people, enjoy that conversation, even if it is for like 30 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even an hour, whatever the case might be. So I try to leave it open for everyone. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, hey, it takes care of it. I'm doing pretty good. Like, I got all my YouTube stuff caught up. Now it's just continuing making shorts. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I have a few shorts that I've uploaded. Um, Shout out to Z Chick actually again, because the one that got the most views was the one that she recorded of me when I was playing Red Dead 2. So that was pretty cool. Um, I also see the benefits now to doing what should we call it, YouTube posts. I definitely got a lot of benefits out of that one. Um, I don't know. I never did it before because I guess I didn't really fully understand how they appear. But as long as someone like likes and subscribes to your channel, it'll pop up on their subscription fee as sorry subscriptions like page. So they'll see it regardless. I thought it was only if they clicked on your community tab that they could see it, but no, apparently that's not the case. Mm, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hoping when I go to my mom's, because like just one time when I go to my mom's, I would like to do a stream with her because I think it'd just be funny to do with my mother. Especially because she's a very simple gamer. You know what I mean? She likes like match 3 games. She likes Animal Crossing. She likes Farmville, stuff like that, right? So, I'm sure I could find one of those kind of games on mobile and just yeah, play that one with her. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's not too much other than that that's going to be going on. Like I say before, right, we got the birthday stream obviously and stuff like that, but yeah, not too bad. Um, Yeah, I really didn't play much games. I was really trying to think, and like I was like, was that really all I played was Slay the Spire and Breath of the Wild? But yeah, really, yes, I did Destiny 2, which was a joke because I got so mad. I ended up being the boss, but it was the first time when I was streaming that I was actually like legit ready to say, "Screw this!" Well, I had different language on that stream, but I was ready to turn it off. I was ready to stop the stream right then and there. I was so mad at that boss. I was so mad at that game. Oh, I just like finally played that level with the new DLC that came out. And yeah, that was just so stupid, just so stupid, such a stupid boss. It was definitely one of those missions where you could have used a co-op person, but just like it wouldn't even been a bad battle. It's just the lighting in there was crap. The arena that they put you in, or the door, whatever you want to call it, that you walk through, was just such a close quarters thing. And on top of fighting like this boss that has ridiculous health, ridiculous power, the ability to pick you up and knock off half your health bar, you also had his little minions spawning in every once in a while. So it's just like it was so stupid. Just everything about that level was dumb. But it was the cool part was once you beat it, you got to unlock the new power, which I like a lot. I actually might use that green power if I'm able to get it. Sorry, Bowser's just losing his mind right now because he thinks he's gonna get milk again. Um, but yeah, like, oh yeah, coffee time. Thank you. Yeah, it's coffee, Bowser, not milk. Um, but yeah, the power. I don't know if it's like nature or what it's supposed to be. Um, but like like my normal power, for example, is this big huge spear that would crash down and suck things in, like detonate and wipe them out. And now it's like I don't have to jump in the air, but I like to use this as an example. I'll jump in the air and I'll push it, and then all of a sudden like all these green little spikes pop out of me and they like hit the enemy, and it's pretty freaking awesome. It's a really good ability. Oh yeah, some good old coffee. Holy trumpets galore. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything I've been up to this week. Hey, how's it going, pizza?
Yeah, man.
Nice, perfect timing as always. Just right when I finished my little wrap up. Well, my dude, what have
Oh,
you been up to the last week?
you know, work and more work. It's just been a busy week, mainly because, we had that 3-day weekend. And so when we came back on Monday, it was just like, it was like hitting a brick wall.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there was lots that was piled on for you guys over the week.
Yeah, I mean, it really was just like trying to get back into the swing of things that like kind of, got us all, just pretty much worn out. But, you know, I know that it's tomorrow's Wednesday. That's a good thing. So, 2 more days till Friday, we'll be all right. So luckily Monday came and went. And I mean, really, Tuesday came and went too.
That's true, my guy. Yeah, that's a very positive way to look at it. You only got 3 days left. Um, did you get a chance to play like your Steam Deck or?
Not a lot. I mean, I did for like a little bit excited meeting today, so I just played a little bit of it. Nothing too fancy. Was really just getting updated because I haven't touched it since I came back from my spring break.
Oh
Mainly
wow.
because, yeah, I mean, mainly because like when I came back, I was looking at my Xbox and like I was playing on PC mainly, just kind of getting that stuff all updated. And so, I was using mainly today to kind of download some games and update everything on my Steam Deck. So, I was like, yeah, I'll play like something simple. So I was like playing this Diablo like game from Steam.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but that's really, I know I had some people asking about, where they could find the Steam Deck, like how to get it, how much it was, and apparently people seem interested in it, which is good. I mean, I'm glad they were. So I was like, I was telling him that, like, hey, when you're not busy with work at school, I mean, like, just, whip it out and boom, you can now play games while you're just sitting on your break or at lunch. So, I hopefully they get into one because I mean, it does help it helps get away from all the, talking about school and the students. Like just the same old everything that we do. Like, everything that we do every day, we just kind of, we just trying to talk about what we did at work. And it's like, it gets kind of boring after a while. So, now they can start gaming, they don't have to worry about sounding like a broken record.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like with the Steam Deck too, I feel like when it first like launched, like I mean, obviously there are people that wanted and bought it, right? But it didn't get like a lot of hype. But I find like the longer that it goes on for, more people like yourself, right, that like shout it out and explain all the features and stuff that you can do on it, the more it's starting to like trend where people are purchasing it. I think like in the long haul, Steam Deck's gonna do really good. I think it's definitely gonna be like a good rival against the Switch.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And I think, once people learn how to actually, use it and kind of learn more about, what it can do, then I think that, it'll definitely, I'll say that it might challenge the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I know a lot of people who I work with, they play the Switch because, I mean, like that's the only thing they have to kind of work with. So for them, it's like, they know more about that console than the Steam Deck. But, when I tell them that, well, real sorry, I don't tell them about emulation because, like it's not a feature that's already happening on the Steam Deck. It's like, you kind of have to do some workarounds with it to get it working. So, I really can't say, oh, you can play Nintendo Switch games on your Steam Deck. But I can say, hey, you can play PC games on your Steam Deck. But of course, you're trying, you're arguing over things that they may not even care about. I mean, so I'm pretty sure that people who buy a Steam Deck, I mean, who bought a Nintendo Switch, they pretty much, like they only know about Mario or Zelda, and so that's kind of what they're sticking with. Steam Deck, you really can't play Zelda games on Mario on PC, or sorry, on Steam. My bad. So yeah, it is a hard sell to do, but yeah, you're right though. Once it starts getting more popular, past just the gamers, like when casuals start getting into it, then yeah, it'll definitely blow up massively.
Yeah, like for me at least, like the reason like I want to get one is between like you and Peaswad, just like gain all the information about what it can do and stuff like that. Really like got me into it. I think with you, it's when like you opened my mind up to like how big the gaming library is. Like you said, if you want to play a PS2 game, you can play it. You can play like a PlayStation game. There's just so many options like of games that you can play again, right? And like for me, that's awesome. Like I love that feature about it. I mean, I'm even excited too, of course, that I could play newer games, but the fact that yeah, I could literally never have to hook up another console and just play it on the Steam Deck is fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, it's and like I think that like with you being able to like being able to do more with the console, like with the Steam Deck, that's like, I think that that's the biggest selling point that I try and tell people about. Like of course, past the initial talk about what it is, how much it costs, where to get it from. Like I think like once I can tell people what you can do with it, then I think that it does kind of it perks your ears a little bit more. And I think that it does become more like the selling point now where you buy a Steam Deck for the emulators. I mean, because like that's kind of, I can't say that's why I got the Steam Deck, but I have seen myself using the emulators more than PC games. Like even when I'm at my PC, I'll boot up an emulator on my Steam Deck just because it's like I guess being able to play those games on the go is a really good selling point. And, Sony doesn't have, I mean, the PS Vita doesn't play PS3 games or PS2 games. The Switch can't do that either. And really, the Switch can't even play. Well, I guess it can play, but you got to pay for the whole backwards compatibility. And even then, like, you don't get all the games. So it really, so, it's like, I don't want to hook up a console, sorry, an older console, and have to just play that one game when you can do it on a Steam Deck. So, like that, I try to tell people, like it's kind of like, that's the biggest reason why I have one. And I think that if people started looking at that, oh yeah, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Because like like being able to play something like most of my coworkers, they're probably maybe not twice my age, but like there might be like maybe close to that ish. And so for them, most of their gaming time was spent like in the 90s. So, they're playing Legend of Zelda, they're playing Mario, they're playing the Sonic games. And I'm like, you can do all that on your Steam Deck and you can do more with it. And so, I think that once they kind of come around to it and they start thinking about, what, I do want to play Mario again, and maybe maybe getting a Game Boy or getting a DS or whatever, like they might do that because I mean, let's be honest, so like they're gonna play, like you can play those games on a Game Boy, no problem, or a DS, no problem. Um, so you can always do that, but again, it's always that there's more to it. So, like I said, it is a tough sell to like kind of market it towards people who grew up gaming in the past. But I mean, like they're honestly like they're the biggest target audience at this point.
Yeah. I you know that not until like you brought it up that I really guess I thought about it. But you're right. When I first saw the Steam Deck, it was like intimidating. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Whereas when the Switch came out, right, they made it look very user friendly. Like, I felt like I could pick it up and understand it. Where when I looked at the Steam Deck, right, like they did show you features and everything on the commercials, like they did do a good job that way. But I guess I don't know, maybe they just didn't make it look very user friendly. So yeah, you're right. Maybe if there was like a little bit more emphasis, like, hey, it's not as intimidating as it looks. You can do quite a bit with this, and it's not that hard to figure out. Like I said, for me now, like I definitely do want one. Just after talking to you guys, a matter of getting the money and getting there. But once I do, yeah, I definitely think that will be the next console that I purchase. I forgot to, I was gonna ask you last week, John, what you thought about the PlayStation one. If you think that one's gonna be any good or not, coming out because they got another handheld, right? But from what I remember, it's online only, um, and I think you need the PlayStation 5 in order to play with it.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that is a hard sell to do. I don't, like that. Yeah, that is a hard sell. I mean, like that for somebody who has played PlayStation games in the past, or like who's owned a console. Like that is a tough thing to do because now you have to appeal to the people who have a PS5, which I mean, it's not a small group, but it's not as big as like the PS4 community, and so you have to deal with that. And then it's like you have a handheld that is online only, which means that you know I guess it could work, but then it's like, I mean, when they say that, I think I saw more about it. Now that I think about it, I don't know if they allowed it to be PlayStation Plus compatible. Because now, if it was,
Oh yeah.
then I don't know. Still, I think that they were saying that it wasn't. So now, if it isn't PlayStation compatible, then why in the world would somebody get a a handheld for PS5 only games when it's like you don't have many games to play? You have God of War, you have Last of Us, you have um what's that game? Forbidden West,
Yeah.
Horizon. You have those games, but it's like like those games, unless you're somebody who's a diehard fan, you're not going to play that game all the time. And of course, once you beat it, it's like, then what? Because like if it's only PlayStation 5 games, you don't have a lot of games to play that you want to play. Let me phrase that. There are a lot of games that people don't even buy on PlayStation 5.
Yep.
And so, you're trying to sell it handheld at that price. And then, of course, they're talking about having haptics in there, having sensors in there. I'm like, now you have to, now you have to go and charge even more money for it to pay for all of those things. 'Cause I don't think, yeah, Steam doesn't have it. Yeah, I don't think Steam has the haptics. Like they have Rumble, that kind of thing, vibration. But yeah, haptics, they don't have all that. So yeah, like you have to go and charge almost maybe more than a Steam Deck. Pair it's a PS5, and I'm so on top of that, I don't even know if you need PS Plus anyways, because like you're streaming. And last time I checked, the only way you can stream games is if you buy the PS Now. So it's a subscription based handheld that only plays PS5 games. That's like making that's like buying a Wii U. Well, no, I can't. That's a bad example. That's like buying a Wii. Yes, that's like buying a Wii. The only games you can play are Wii. Actually, let me see. Let me think about. Okay, that's a bad example because they have a lot of good games to play.
No,
Um,
but you're right though. I didn't even think about the subscription part. Yeah, like that's crazy. Like you're literally taking it away from one of your best features. Wow.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're gonna do that, but it's just like
But it makes sense.
coming from somebody. Yeah, because like I mean, I use streaming services all the time. They're not free. If they were free, I would buy a PS5 easily. Because I mean, like I can play games I wanted to anytime. That's no big deal. But I know that Game Pass has streaming, PS Plus. Well, I mean, PS Now has streaming. So it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You have to buy the subscription. So you're buying a handheld, you're buying a subscription. Sorry, you're buying a handheld that requires a subscription to play only one set of games. Like that is mind blowing that people would do that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they must
some
really have like a big launch. Like somebody I could figure this out is like they're either really confident on the games that are going to be coming out this year and next year, or like you said, this was just like an oversight on them and they didn't realize like how many difficulties there were.
I'm sure that it's probably a mix of both because like they seem to really want to like they seem confident on the games they're putting out. It's like I mean, sure, like they're not bad games, but it's like how many people are going to play The Last of Us on a handheld? Sorry, The Last of Us with a subscription. Like I mean, you have to go and pay. Well, sorry, people who have to pay. Sorry, people have to pay for it. That much we know. So let's say that you take out all the kids. I mean, kids can afford it. So you take away all the kids. So that might leave a good chunk of people out of the game. Because like I mean, people. I know plenty of like most of my students. They have a PlayStation. They may have a PS5. So you take those people out, then you may have half, maybe less than that, who are adults who have it. And then you take away the people who don't have Plus or who don't have PS Now, who don't want PS Now. They have PS Plus. So now you got to take away that part of people too. So now you have a really niche handheld that you know these are people who are diehard fans of Sony or people. Yeah, no, that's all it is. Diehard fans. So, like any sane person is not going to sorry for saying any normal person isn't going to well, let me not say that. They will use PS Now, but no sane person is going to use that just for PS5 games.
Yeah.
Especially since if you have PS Now, like if you have the PS Now app, you have access to hundreds of games. So now the question is, why should somebody buy a handheld that's restricted to one console when they can get the app and play hundreds of games on PS Now from PS4, PS3, and PS5 games? Like, if that's not an oversight, then then I guess they are confident. And, like they're not thinking that, they're thinking that people like us are going to go out there and buy a PS5 and then buy a handheld and then buy a subscription to use when we're on the go. And that's even considering that, we don't know, like, I mean, on the commercial I saw, like there was a guy playing on the beach. Like, what beach to access?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you're gonna be able to play a game like that when you're away from the internet. So either they're just talking because they want to, or we're missing something. But I don't know. They're not telling us enough to like really, you know, get a decision from us. So it's like, I'm sorry, man, I can't do it. If it was a PS Vita, different story.
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, we are able to actually play games on the Vita, and I mean, of course, even though it's only Vita games, it's not subscription based. It's not tied to your home console. It's just you take it and you go, and that's cool. Especially if they make PS Vita games compatible with the first one. That's like, yeah, you can make money from the Vita too. Absolutely make plenty of money from it because now like we have seen the community. Well, I mean, I've seen people talk about the Vita in high regards, and so clearly, Sony is able to actually get something from there, get something from those people. But they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, oh, the PS5 will make money because it's the PS5. Like everybody wants it. Meanwhile, you and me have an Xbox.
Yeah. I completely agree with you actually, because Jimmy and I have had that conversation before, and like the PSP, excuse me, the PST, I still don't really understand how that one crashed and burned in the end because it was so good. It was such a great piece of like handheld gaming. Like I think it did a fantastic job. I still will pull up my PSP to this day and play some games on there. I really liked it. I never got the Vita, but I did have the, I don't know, whatever it was, PSP 2000 series. Yeah, and I enjoyed the crap out of it. It was so solid. So yeah, you're right. Like it is weird to have such two good launches and then to release this, and it's just like okay, and like I don't know, like as you're talking about, right? I'm even thinking like it's been weird. It's been weird with PlayStation this year, right? Because the other one I never got your opinion on too, John, was I was telling Sleepy how I guess it's been 3 weeks now Xbox won, right? And they got the rights to Activision and Blizzard. But as that was progressing to that point, we saw like PlayStation, like I don't know, kind of take a different turn of events, right? They were like really trying to what do you want to call them? I guess sabotage them in that courtroom, right? Really call them out on things that didn't make sense. Um, but even like after they lost, right? And then obviously they want Blizzard, they want whatever the next Skyrim's gonna be, they want Call of Duty, which Xbox made clear, like Call of Duty will always be cross-platform because it makes money that way. There's no sense making it Xbox only because it's not gonna make the same kind of money that it makes now. Um, yeah, so just watching PlayStation do all that, and then just like I know a lot of people say Xbox, the newer system, doesn't have games, which is true. Like it still doesn't have a lot, but I mean, like you just said, PlayStation 5, like yeah, you'll have fun with it, but there isn't a lot of games yet out there for it for a system that's been out for what 2 years now, I think. Um,
Um, it's kind of crazy, like people are like, like they keep talking about how this new game is next one. I was like, I mean, sure, but I guess you can say that I'm not somebody who is like looking the newest game. Although to be fair, I'm not the kind of person who plays games every single day. Unfortunately, I'm not the kind of guy. I used to be, but of course, real life happened. So, you know, I have a huge backlog of games, even from the PS3 era. So, like, I'm not looking for the newest and greatest thing. I'm looking to play these games the best way I can. And so it's like Xbox, they kind of give me that. They give me the whole backwards compatibility. They give me very convenient ways of playing a game. 'Cause the PS4, at least my PS4, it gets really loud and really annoying, and it'll crash to the home screen. So it's like, yeah, no, it's not worth it. I mean, plus, it's like buying a PS5 when I can't even play. I guess I can't play PS4 games, but it's like, again, no backward compatibility. So the one thing I'm looking for, they don't have it. The Xbox does. So yeah, they may not have games, but they have the games I want to play, and that's why I bought it.
Very true. Very, very true. Um, but yeah, I was gonna ask you from that like whole court case that happened, because now that like Xbox bought Activision, right? I was watching this one YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen it before or not. The Dreamcast guy, he brought up a really good point. Now that you bought such a huge company, you basically opened the playing field up, right? Like anybody could technically buy anybody. Yeah, it might still go through the same process, but Xbox proved that you can win. You can win in the long run. So I was saying, like Sony could buy Square Enix. Nintendo could buy Take Two, right? I mean, hell, if PlayStation had enough money, they could buy Nintendo, right? Like, I mean, it's up in the air. Like anyone could, like Nintendo could buy Sega, right, and own them. Like it's crazy. So I was asking Sleepy, and the same thing to you, John. Like like one, like how do you feel about that? But two, like is there any companies you would like to see mixed together or bought out?
Yeah, I heard a lot about that. I mean, I was actually talking to somebody about that too on Twitter. He made a comment about how what was that comment? Oh, he was saying how like actually no, it was like a meme where it was like it was talking about like how Jim was he was focusing so much on Call of Duty, that when the sales for God of War went down and the sales for Horizon went down, he was begging for Call of Duty to come back because that was the main thing. Some guy was saying how like, well, like PlayStation has this, and that, and I made a comment saying, okay, well then how is it that every time a new game comes out, the first thing I see with PlayStation is Call of Duty or Activision. Like if they have a really good following, or sorry, if they have a really good base of games, why are you focused on a game that's not first party and a game that isn't even sorry, that shouldn't be on your radar. Let me rephrase that.
Yep.
I get is popular. I get that. But we look at past games that they made. You look at Killzone, and you look at Resistance. You look at Mag. Like looking at all these first-person shooters that they made in the past, and they're all done with. We haven't had any new games that are first-person shooters. All we had was Uncharted. Well, not even Uncharted actually. Forget that. All
Yeah.
we had was Horizon. We had Returnal. We had Horizon. Like those are all like third person games. So it's like if you want to focus on third person games, then you should focus on games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. 'Cause, those are third person games. But no, they're focused on Call of Duty. I mean, they should be because it's like Call of Duty and FIFA are the main games on every console. Call of Duty, Forza, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, like those kind of games. Those are the things that push consoles. 'Cause, like, a kid is not going to want to play God of War or Horizon. They want to play Minecraft. They want to play a kid game, and so parents will buy the newest console because it's the thing on the shelves right now. So they're going to buy that. They're going to get Minecraft, and then they're going to sit down, little Jimmy, no pun intended, little Jimmy on the chair and say, play this kid game. So it's like, yeah, they're focused on that. But it does kind of show how lazily their arguments are where, they talk about all these games they have coming out for PlayStation only, like Final Fantasy and Spider-Man, and yet when you turn the page or I'm sorry, go to the flip side, they're wanting to block this Activision deal for who knows why. I mean, they're really acting like their first party games are not going to push these consoles. And, I can't say they're wrong because, even though God of War looks pretty cool, it came to PC. So we already know like they have games coming to PC. So it's not like they're worried about their first party games. And in that case, it makes no sense to go after Call of Duty because now it's like you're already showing us that the games that you want to champion, they're going to another platform regardless. So it's like, what's the point of you arguing over Call of Duty? If your games are going to PC, what's the problem? And so, yeah, it was just something like just it was on my mind. I'm like, I keep having to tell people about the same thing over and over again because they don't seem to understand. They think that PlayStation is going to listen to them, and if they did, if PlayStation was as communicative, and straightforward as maybe Xbox is, we would have had a PS5 with backwards compatibility, and I can guarantee you that console would have been in back order for months because everybody wants to play those lost to time PS3 games and those really nice PS2 games that are also lost to time. That's what they want. They don't, new games. Yeah, sure, you had new games, but it's like, when you have the brilliant Jack and Daxter games, the brilliant Sly Cooper games, and the brilliant Ratchet and Clank games, like we want to play that.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say
that's my
3M totally agrees with you. He says Xbox is way better. And you brought up a good point though too. I was gonna say for the PC launches, that was another thing I was gonna mention. Like it's weird too. Like again, I know other companies have technical difficulties as well, right? It's not just PlayStation, but it is odd that every PlayStation game that has become a PC port has had like these really weird issues or just like real downgraded quality on the games that were released for PC. Um, yeah, it's just odd that every single game for the PS5 so far that's come out for PC just isn't the same at all as it is on PS5.
Yeah, I noticed that, and really though, I think people are still gonna buy the game because I mean, you can play, like I think other than being able to play it with 60 frames plus at a very higher resolution, like that's a big thing, and plus you have all the mods, so it's like you can't do those kind of things on a console, so people are gonna buy the PC for it. Or of course, people who don't even have a PS5, they're gonna buy the PC for it. Like people are still gonna buy Last of Us, even though the game is a mess, they're gonna buy it for that reason. So, Sony has to make a decision. Are they going to continue doing the PC ports, or are they going to, take a back seat on it? Because, right now, other than having Last of Us on there, we still have to see the rest of the launch titles. Well, sorry, not launch titles. We like we have Return already.
Yep,
Let's see. I don't. What other game would there be?
they have God of War already on there as well.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like most of
Um.
their games, they launched, they moved to PC as well.
Yeah. I don't know what other game they could bring over. I mean, I was sorry. I know games they could bring over,
Yeah,
but I
but
mean,
as far as like newer games,
like
right?
yeah. And I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, they're probably gonna keep doing it though, because I mean, like they've seen that people are gonna buy the game no matter what. Like people are gonna, you know, they have seen the reception on Last of Us where
Yeah.
people didn't like it, but people bought it and they bought it in like packs. So
Oh,
you
totally.
know, for them, so you know, for them, it's like, you know, do we just keep going with it? Do we say, oh, let's take a seat, back seat or what? You know, because now if they do decide to actually go through with it, then their whole argument about putting games on other platforms, it kind of becomes a losing battle, because then it's like, well, you kind of proved to us that you don't need Call of Duty. What you need is to let the games, let your company speak for itself. Let your games do all the talking, because they make money from PC anyways. So like they already have income coming in. So they shouldn't worry about Call of Duty. They should worry about making their own IPs to play with Call of Duty or whatever. But that's just my thoughts.
No, no, no worries. I was gonna say 3M also added a little bit to the conversation. So he's on Twitch chat right now, just sending me his messages. So he says PlayStation feels like a one-hit wonder until they made a remake just to get the players to remember that one-hit wonder and better graphics. He also stated that Xbox has started the right way, connected with my friends like Halo. Their mascot was played amongst friends and other players, while PlayStation is only focused on, hey, remember that one hit wonder? Well, here it is in better graphics. Which, yeah, I do get your point there, 3M. I do agree with you. I feel like I did make better connections through a lot of Xbox games than I did through PlayStation games. And I don't know if it's just because the 360 did such a good job at multiplayer compared to the PS3. The PS3 had some great games, don't get me wrong, and I definitely enjoy the system when I did own it. But yeah, I do feel like I definitely made better connections playing on the 360 leading up to the Xbox One, and even now, right? Like a lot of you guys I get to play with and talk to because we're all on Xbox. And even Jimmy, he's a PlayStation guy, and I convinced him to hop on Xbox every once in a while, just to relive that Halo experience. So yeah, I know I definitely agree with you, 3M. I think Xbox did a really good job at connecting people and friends.
Oh yeah, but to answer your question about the whole who wouldn't mind having like bot, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think, I just because like I don't think that a company buying somebody's gonna be it's gonna matter to us. It's like it's all about the games that come from it. 'Cause, it's like even if PlayStation buys, I don't know, Square Enix or Sega, the games have to be worth it. Because I mean, let's take Marvel. Like the Marvel Avengers game. Like that game is getting canceled, and so imagine if Sony bought that company and they published Marvel Avengers. I mean, we saw how it went. We saw how it tanked. Who's gonna buy that? And then of course, I mean, of course, you may have the winners like Final Fantasy and all that good stuff. But it's like if PlayStation bought Konami, we have seen that Konami does not care about their IPs anymore. So it's like you're buying a company that doesn't really want to make these games. They want to do something else. So then it's like you're wasting your money. I think that Xbox only bought Call of Duty because people were saying you need to have something to make us buy an Xbox. Which I mean, yeah, that's true and all. But, I think that some people they were really like getting heated. They were very like in that emotional, like just like depraved. Give us a game to play,
yeah,
and so I said, we'll get this game. And so now it's like, you know, I don't really care about people buying stuff. It's like at the end of the day, though, it's about the games. That's all it's about. Because like I don't care if I see a Microsoft logo or a Sony logo before I play any kind of game. What I want to see is the gameplay. If you can't deliver on it, then you're wasting your money and you're wasting my time and you're wasting people's hopes on having maybe a remake of an old game maybe having an IP that has like a crossover with the other games. So like that's what I want from these acquisitions is games that will make me want to kind of stick with the company and of course the publisher, whatever. And that's my 2 cents on it.
No, I think that's really solid. Like last time, when I was thinking about, right, I guess now I had a week. I have like a different perspective on it. Um, but I feel like, how can I say this? A lot of people were when this conversation was brought up, right? They were thinking that maybe Sega should come back, right, as one of the consoles, which I don't think is. I would love to see that. I would love to see Sega back in the ring, but I don't think that's ever going to happen at this point, just because of how shared now their games are. But when you're looking at Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox, right? I feel like if Steam bought Sega and owned them and only could produce games for them, I think that would be a big game changer for them in the long run. I was debating between last time between that and if Nintendo bought it. Like Nintendo would obviously do a great job with Sega too, but I think that would be the next big like power move. Like Square Enix and all the other ones are great companies, but I think a lot of people underestimate Sega. Like Sega is a gaming franchise, like the games that they launch, they do pretty decent, right? They it would be a good power move. That'd be one I think I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even if even if all these companies start buying each other, I think that another thing they should do is kind of like focus on like bringing back the old consoles. 'Cause I mean, like I think everybody here. Well, sorry to rephrase that. I think that most of the people who enjoy gaming in general, who I lived long enough to kind of remember things like this, like bring back the Dreamcast or bring back the Sega Genesis. Like that is probably the best way you could put your money to good use is by bringing back the consoles that made these publishers. Like bringing back. I mean, even though they made like a little Genesis Mini, that kind of stuff back then, but I mean like bring back it up, right? Bring it back full force. Bring all the games for that console, and like just make it so that people can like really get, they can kind of understand why Sega was such a good company.
Very
You know,
true.
like I mean, because like do that. Maybe he buy Atari, make all the Atari consoles. Coming like even Atari has some really good games
Yeah,
on on the Jaguar. They had that. They had the Lynx. They had plenty of the, um, 2600 kind of games. So, I mean, there's plenty of potential that's, they're just missing out on it, is all.
I completely agree. Even like Sega Saturn, like I'm shocked like how much that gets brought up on Twitter when I'm reading it. Like I feel like I missed out on that one. That one I didn't get to experience. I only got to play it at my friend's place. But yeah, like just some of the things that get like called out now. I'm like, damn, that does sound like a really good game. I should have played that one. But the Dreamcast, yeah, I 100% agree. Like I can't remember the term is you call them, but like those little minis they bring out every once in a while that has like 50 games in the one system. Do that for Dreamcast. Like I don't know why they don't do that. Like it'd be so good. Hey Sleepy, sorry I saw you hopped on.
I just got off of work. Hi.
Oh, sorry, and then 3M, he just added in one more thing. So 3M, any of those topics, if you have like ones you want to shout out for them, feel free to, and I'll definitely read them out. But his last comment on there was, I wanted to add, I can already feel like Xbox is going the holographic screen gameplay for the future based on the system itself. They'll be the first one to reveal it, in my opinions. I could see. I mean, Xbox is definitely big power moves. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I feel like PlayStation is always really confident on their console that they release, like like those first features, and then after that, it's all about the gaming library. Um, VR was definitely an add-on though. That was kind of cool. That was a big power move for them. But yeah, you're right. I think Xbox does a lot more surprises lately than PlayStation has. Sorry, Sleepy. We were just all talking about last week's questions there. About the
No worries.
buyout from Xbox and Activision, and I was just getting John's opinion and views on it. But before we jump back into all that, how about you tell us about your week, Sleepy?
It's been exhausting, dude. Just working like 2 weeks, like nonstop. Finally don't have a day off on Thursday to like Monday morning. I go back to work Monday morning, so I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to a bunch of streaming ideas coming soon, which is great. I told Mindful about this when I think like Sunday or Monday. I forgot.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. I finally hit 50 followers. Woo! I'm at 55, so great.
Yay!
Yeah. That was really exciting. That was mind blown. I was when I got it, I was streaming, and I kid you not, I was shaking. Like I was trying not to cry up, having tears and stuff like that. I was just shaking. I was like, "We're done." I was touching the juggernaut, and I'm like, "Holy shit! I'm so nervous streaming now." Like, oh my god! Like I've been out there. But besides from that, I just been working and just try to catch up on my college and all that fun stuff.
I was gonna say too. This Friday, right, is your big stream with the Juggernaut.
Yes, this Friday. I'm streaming. I'm not streaming with, but I'm not in his stream IRL, and man gave him a haircut, so it's great. Maybe that's half the time. Hop in.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'll definitely view that one.
Yeah, we're gonna start streaming around she's at 12:30ish time. I'm probably gonna head over to his house probably around 11ish, 11:30, 12 to like set everything up to make sure like everything's plugged in for my tools, for my internet, or like for me. But yeah, I'm really nervous for this actually. I actually had to talk to him about that later on today, or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really nervous about that actually.
Well, it makes you feel any better. Those two new people that joined the Discord today. One of the gentlemen watches a lot of Valorant streams, so I told him about you, and I said, "Hey, I definitely got to chat to Sleepy. She'll give you the 411 there on Valorant, and then and then what's the other ones? Oompa Loompa, I think it was. She was just starting out with Genshin. I think she said she like pretty much brand new. She didn't know what the teapot was and all that other stuff. So again, right, I said, well, hit up Sleepy, hit up Z-Chick, hit up Solarial. All three of them are fantastic at Genshin, so they'll definitely be able to help you out and understand the game a little better.
I think you give Michael. I think you give me too much credit, Michael. I really think you give me too much credit because, like, I personally Genshin, I had Z-Chick all the time, so Z-Chick is definitely the girl to go to about Genshin. Valorant, I would give you my best, my best opinion. But if they come and watch my stream, and they don't see me whipping like so hard to like next week, my bullets are just not hitting. But I will definitely. I'm happy to share some of my knowledge on it and help them out, of course. But I'm not all that great. You give me too much credit.
I think. Well, I mean, even you and the Cat Trooper, right? You guys did really good. Oop.
Let's try to. Only difficulty is making titles. for the stream.
So true.
Oh yeah, but I try to make it fun. I try not to be all that serious about it. But I still have my moments when it's like, WTF, you know?
Um,
but
so I know John, you might not have one for this because like you said, you don't really watch a lot of TV, but today's topics that I had for you guys were and same for you 3M if you're still on, your favorite binge show and why we should all watch it. So like basically that show you can just watch over and over again. You're falling asleep, you leave it on, right? You're bored one day, you pop it on, right? You're feeling sick, it's your go-to show. For me, for example, it'd be Trailer Park Boys. And then the other one I had that I'm really curious, John, because you've played a lot of different games, is what's the best RPG in your opinion of all time? And same to you, Sleepy and 3M. What do you think? What do you guys think is the best one, and why should we all give that game a try?
As far as TV goes, I mean, you kind of you kind of know what my comment is about that one.
Yeah.
Uh, but I will say, if we're going back in time, my favorite TV show when I was a kid growing up was like always either Ed, Edd and Eddie or Johnny Bravo, and I
Oh,
mean, like,
good
you
choices.
know,
Whew.
they are classics. So I mean, it's like for the people who don't know what it is, I'll say it's just look up Johnny Bravo and just like it's a really good show. I think that people who are my age or like even older, like I mean, we kind of know what it is already. So it's like like those are like that's a staple in like just cartoon history. That and Ed and Eddie. So it's like yeah, if I had to recommend a show or two, it would be that.
Those are solid. Yeah, Johnny, I totally agree. Johnny Bravo was fantastic. Oh, that was like the one cartoon my mom loved to. She'd actually sit down and watch it with me. Um,
Oh,
Cheyenne in the chat there, she shouted out Friends and Gilmore Girls. What about you, Sleepy?
uh, uh, if you talk about like TV shows or just like shows in general, I guess the normie side of me would be like very like iCarly, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana kind of stuff like that. Early 2000s, if anyone was like into like Hannah Montana, iCarly, That's So
Oh
Raven.
gosh, yeah. Those are
Yeah,
all Cheyenne's jams.
I really enjoy like watching that, or even like Wizards of Inner Space. That's for sure my go-to. Um, for anime, I would say like the OG, like Naruto, Inuyasha. I actually just started watching again. Uh, yeah, think of a show now. Shit. Yeah, can't think of it now.
Is it like
I,
okay, what's Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist? I'm trying to think of all like the mainstream ones.
no, I mean, it's all it was like video game more than a cartoon for it. So it's, I gotta look this up now. Hold on, but because I was watching it last night. I fell asleep and work brain kind of. I can't pronounce it. Hold on. Like,
That's okay. Yeah,
Eggerman?
you could post it if you want in the chat
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, I would, but like it's kind of like Digimon, but not Digimon. It's amazing.
Like it's not
I
Pokemon, right? Like not the Pokemon cartoon.
no.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was
Oh, is
like,
it Monster Rancher?
I think it's more similar. I don't know if you guys watch Digimon or play Digimon.
Yeah, I did.
But it's so no. My dog trying to climb over my lap while driving. And he did great. That's great. Um, But yeah, it's similar to Digimon.
Okay.
I typed in the chat later.
Yeah, no, for
But
sure. I'll definitely
I
want to see
have,
that one then.
yeah,
I
there's
love Digimon. That was my favorite one out of the two.
yeah, yeah. My dog my dog kind of over all my low driving. I'm like, great.
No worries, Sleepy. I get it. You have to focus. 3M shouted out Heroes. He said that was one of his shows. It was good for me, but it kind of introduced me to the superhero universe. I'm excited you brought that one up, 3M, because I do have, I think, 2 seasons of Heroes. I've never watched the show, though, but I have 2 box sets on DVD. So, yeah, maybe it's a show I should be giving a shot. You know, looking at. I'm trying to see if I can see it, my collection. No, I don't see it sticking out. And then, yeah, like I said, for me, it was Trailer Park Boys. I love Trailer Park Boys. It is my go-to. I can watch it any time of the year, any mood I'm in. It always cheers me up. I fucking love Ricky to death, as most of you probably gather. Half the time, I will copy like little things he says and stuff because yeah, just a fantastic character. I can't get enough of him,
I,
Bubbles, and Julian.
I don't know if you guys watched the Boondocks.
Which one?
The Boondocks. I'm pronouncing it wrong probably.
The boot, the Boondocks.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Boondocks.
yeah. That one's really good.
Yeah, that's something I would watch 100 times over. I love that show, to be honest.
I don't know why, but every time that show's brought up, I always think of the one episode. I think it's called Thug in Love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just so funny. Oh, that show's so ridiculous, but so good.
Yeah, it's so funny that you say that because I was just thinking about that as well.
Oh, yeah, that one's so good. 3M also shouted out Hannibal, the TV series. That one I haven't seen yet either, but I am interested in it.
Yeah.
All right, John, I'm dying to hear, buddy. What is your RPG? The best one of all time in your opinion?
The best one? That's a tough one because let me see. Let me check my little game list. Um, let's see, RPG games. See, I don't really have a lot of them like I used to. But I think if there was one I had to choose, it's probably the one that people don't like the most, and it's called Elix. So it's um, actually no, either Elix or Outward. I'm gonna say Outward because that's a game that it really did. It's the kind of game where if you can kind of make your own hero, that kind of thing. But it's like it's a very janky game. Like if people have played games like um Technomancer, or they played Elex, or they played the Gothic series, they'll understand. But it's a very rudimentary game. It's old school RPG, so there's no hints, there's no help, there's not there's no hand holding. It's all about you learning your environment and learning the story through it. And so, I like that about Outward. I also like how there is no there isn't like a really set difficulty with it. It's kind of just like, here you go out there and do what you need to do. Because it's like when you start the game off, like you start as nobody, so like nobody knows your name, they don't know what you do, you're not really good for anything, and so you kind of have to kind of make your own story as you go along. And even then, it's like it's not really a game where you're like the main character. You're just some guy who happens to learn these things, and so like it's kind of like you're an NPC playing a game. It's like you're playing a game. Sorry, sorry. You're filling in for the main character. That's who you are in the video game. So it's it is very unforgiving. It's very like very mysterious, very like hard hitting. It's a good game. but a lot of people will say that it's not a good game because of the fact that it's not a Dark Souls game. It's not your typical Diablo or Final Fantasy game. Like, you kind of have to enjoy games like Gothic or Elix, where you have to appreciate the world building and what you're doing in the moment. But that's my take on it. If you guys want to try them, I mean, it's not. I'm sure it's cheap now, but if you are going to play, it's a good game. It's definitely a tough game. That's for sure. 'Cause, I mean, you can get knocked out super easily by even by the beginning enemies. Like, you can get easily knocked out by them, and so it's a lot of trial and error, a lot of calculating. But yeah, that's all. That's my game. It's not the best, but like, that's a game that I played for years. And like, if I have to choose a game that was RPG, I would choose that or Elix.
See, John, this is exactly why I say you would be so good on YouTube with reviews. And I like you blew me away. Like, I knew you were gonna have like a different kind of answer than the basic Fallout, Skyrim, all those. And the fact that you shouted out Outward, I will back you up on that one. I played that game too, and you're right. It is difficult as all hell, but there was just something about it when you're playing it that you want to get good at that game. You want to understand it, and even a bigger shout out. Outward has couch co-op, which was so freaking cool. Other than Diablo 3, there isn't many and sort of Borderlands. There isn't many RPGs out there that actually have couch co-op. So Shai and I every once in a while try that game out together, and yeah, it's so much fun. Like, I can't believe you showed that game out of all the RPGs. I love Outward. I haven't really got very far in it. It's definitely, like you said, a huge learning curve, but I don't know, it's just the atmosphere, the environment, I guess the things you're fighting, it draws you in. Like, you truly want to get good at that game. 3M, it was Outward. And same with Techromancer. That was another good show, John. Like, I love that game too. I think I got Outward was only $10. I got that one on sale, and I think Techromancer was on Xbox's Games for Gold. I think you could have got that one for free. And then the third one, 3M, was it Elix? Sorry, John. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Oh yeah, yeah, Elix, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that one I haven't heard of, but that was the third game, 3M. But yeah, great shouts, great shouts, buddy.
Oh yeah. In fact, I'm gonna play that game one day. I'm gonna get back to it. I haven't really touched it in a while. 'Cause I mean, it was on PlayStation, and I don't feel like having to dust my PS4 off anymore to play a game. So I'll probably find it on Steam. I think actually no, I think I have it on Steam anyways. I have to go and check, but yeah, I'm gonna play that game again because that was a really good game, and it's just like it's like just saying it, it kind of takes me back to back when I was just like playing games like only Elix and Outward. Because it's just like it's one of those games where if you can appreciate what it offers you, like there's so much with it. I think that a lot of people they're kind of missing out on it because like they're all focused on the Fallouts and they're focused on Diablo. Which I mean, like those are good games,
Yeah,
definitely. But I do think, like having a game where, like it's very bare bones, like it's straight to the point. You get in there and, you have what you need. Just go out there and play the game. Don't worry about all these systems. Don't worry about mechanics. Don't worry, don't worry about having to do all this talking. Just go out there and explore. That's what the game is all about. And yeah, I appreciate them for that reason.
yeah, 100%. Like I said, I agree with you. It's definitely worth a playthrough. Um, yeah, I think I want to try that game again too. Hopefully, I get a chance to pop into it. Um, 3M was just shouting out as well. He said, for me, the game he used to get addicted to was Left 4 Dead 2. It got more interesting to me when I got introduced to tank mode. I even love to play the survival. I'm hoping one day when I do get a stream set up, I got so many ideas that I wanted to try with that game to make it fun, challenging for other people, and there would be prizes. Left 4 Dead 2 was definitely a great game. 3M, that was an excellent shout out. I enjoyed my time with that one as well. Um, Sleepy. Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just saying, it's a good game, especially with the mods. Like it's even a better game when you have like just playing random characters.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one that came out there that was trying to rival it. Oh crap! It only came out a couple years ago. It was another like zombie shooter, but it didn't have the same feel as Left 4 Dead had. It didn't. I don't think it really hit the same mark.
Oh yeah, World War Z. That was a game that came out in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
could.
one.
It was fun for like when you're like getting into it. But I think like after a while though, it's like it's not bad, but I could see myself playing Left 4 Dead more just because I don't know. I think like just I don't know. I don't know what's about. I think it's just it's the charm that Left 4 Dead has that I can play it for longer and like not really feel bored with it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like Call of Duty did good with zombies, right? Like that's their thing too. Like there's just, I don't know. There's certain publishers that can like make a zombie game and it clicks. Like, and then there's other ones where it's like, it's okay. It just kind of feels a little repetitive. Uh, 3M's like, no, you guys haven't felt tense until you play tank mode. But
Oh yeah.
Sleepy, what about you? What RPG do you think we should all be trying, or which one's the best one in your opinion?
So from what John said, for me it's a kind of complete opposite. It's funny because you mentioned Final Fantasy. So like I enjoy but like all the Final Fantasy games. So like when Judd actually play Final Fantasy, I'm interested. But also like Kingdom Hearts as well. Um, and I don't know if this actually counts as RPG or not. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I also used to play playing Pokemon a lot.
Oh hell yeah, that's an RPG.
Yeah, so yeah, for me it was all the Pokemon games and Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. And
Kingdom of
I
Hearts was so good. Like that's a good show too.
yeah, and it's funny because I used to play Diablo. I actually besides some Pokemon game to me like into gaming, I played a little bit Diablo once. Because my brother was playing it, so I just hop on his account. I'm like, oh, was that pretty? But yeah, for me it's Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, and the main three is Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy games. Well, I don't know, because I like games with like a storyline, basically. Hence why I played Genshin, because it has a storyline. It's just a bitch for to the rank your adventure rank higher. But besides that, I like games with storylines.
See,
Like
like it's so funny you said it too, because like you think of Final Fantasy, right? Like I can't tell you a single thing that's going on in the story most of the time, but it's those goddamn visuals, right? Like it's a beautiful game. Like it's just a beautiful RPG. Like I can understand why you'd like Final Fantasy a lot.
yeah, and like so my game crush, I guess if you call it, was actually Cloud. Actually, fun fact. I was like, ooh, my little like 13-year-old self, like, ooh, Cloud is kind of good looking.
He's a stud.
Also, and like got me into anime as well. I don't know. I think I like to thank my brothers, well, my oldest brother, to introduce me to all the stuff I enjoyed to this day. So I used to get I used to get shit on because like when I tell people I play games, like, oh, games is for guys, because early 2000s, it's like you shouldn't be playing games. I also played Maple Story as well.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, Maple Story was a lot
Yeah,
of fun. Same with RuneScape.
yeah. So that's my intake. That's my 2 cents.
No, those are all solid, and um I think it was a coworker I was talking to. We were just like talking about Pokemon, right? And like red, blue, and yellow was fantastic, obviously. But I think it was what silver and gold when that one came out. Um,
Mhm.
I was so mind blown when like you had finished, the silver storyline, right? And then all of a sudden the old red and blue version like opened up to you, like that whole world and map. I was like, whoa, it's like two games in one. This is insane. um
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Pokemon did a really good job. Like
yeah. I really enjoyed what is it? Pokemon Rangers? That one where you like with the Nintendo DS where you get to like circle to like capture them. I that was pretty cool.
oh yeah, that was a good one.
That to be honest, that was absolutely one of my favorites. Was Pokemon Ranger. It's just like you know being able to like actually capture the Pokemon like that. I thought it was pretty cool. My little nerd self was like, "Oh my god, I'm physically like capturing the Pokemon. It's great."
That
Um,
that's okay,
yeah.
Sleepy. I was gonna say I couldn't get into Pokemon Snap, but you want to talk like nerdy? I got hardcore. I don't know if you ever played or not into Pokemon Channel. It was
Oh,
like it had nothing to do with catching Pokemon, but I don't know, like I just got so hooked into it. You basically like had your own room or whatever, and there was like different Pokemon channels that you had to unlock and like achieve up to. And like I was so invested in it. I was like, I'm getting every fucking channel. There was like a garden outside of your house that you could like, fool around in. I was like, I'm fucking making this the best garden ever. Like I got so invested in that stupid game.
but yeah, that's my 2 cents on this.
3M, he just wanted to shout out for RPGs. For him, he loves the ones where you get to explore the environment and go to places, basically a living world, which, yeah, it's always good time in an RPG. Although it's not yet achieved to what I wanted, but I do wish you could do more in apocalypse games. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I know Fallout's one of them, but I know there's other ones you can play as well. I forget that one really popular series. That's terrible. Wastelands. They also have a version. Um, like the Division trailer, when I saw the first gameplay, I thought you'd be able to explore the area like underground. Although I haven't played it, but anything Apocalypse and that letting you explore the environment found could lose in place nobody's went. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, like exploring like abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Not
Yeah,
Fallout, yeah. Yeah, like I said, 3M. Wastelands might be another one you might like. That's another good RPG series.
I really like the Last of Us. Last of Us is pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, Last of Us is a good shout out too. Yeah, but I mean, wow, you guys picked some good ones. Now I have to be like the nerdy mainstream guy and go Morrowind. But yeah, Morrowind was my favorite RPG. I've talked about it so many times already. But like I liked it. I like the fact that there was no map. I mean, I probably hate it nowadays, but I like back then how there was no real map available to you. You kind of had to use the one you had in your instruction guide, or you had to use this like big, huge one that didn't have any markers on it to help you out. And in the back of your instruction book, you had your own little notepad for your journal notes. And yeah, you got really invested in the game. It was so funny, and just I don't know, like leveling up in it felt great. The fact that it just gave you open options. So you could make like a potion that could, like set off a bomb. And as the bomb sets off, like everyone falls down or everyone goes flying up into the sky, or like it was so broken but so good. I loved all the little mechanics they had. You could kill anybody you want in the game, right? So like if you were to kill a character and it was actually like someone important, it would give you a little warning and say, hey, you're about to end the life of someone that's going to help the quest progress. Are you sure you want to do this? And you can be like, yeah. And then, yeah, you can wipe that person out. You could go fight the final boss if you want to at level 1. You just had to make your way up Red Mountain. Like yeah, it was just such a neat game, and I think it did a fantastic job. I'm still hopeful that maybe one day they'll remaster it because it'd be nice to see it in better graphics, but we'll see. Um, 3M, if you want, buddy. Usually, every person gets their own little chance to do it. But because you never had a chance to yet, uh, at the end of the podcast, right? Not yet, but at the end of the podcast, next couple of questions, I guess. Um, can you think of a question that's like positive or whatever, that we can all that we can all answer? So, for example, I've asked questions like, what's everyone's dream job that they had, that they wanted to become? We've had what's something that you're really grateful for this year. We've even had best memory that you had. Like there's been a whole bunch basically. But you go ahead, you shout out one of them that you can think of. Take your time right now to think about it. And yeah, fire it out in chat and I'll read it out. We'll get Sleepy and John's response from it. I was laughing because 3M said, back to what I say, you think PS5 will pick that up to remaster. No, yeah, no worries. You think about it, buddy. It's okay. Yeah, 3M earlier, Sleepy was just saying like, the difference between Xbox and PlayStation. His opinion is PlayStation will go back to, previous games, remaster them and say, hey, remember how great this one was? Whereas Xbox has like a lot of selection. Um, yeah. Funny guy, you. Um,
Mindful likes to put people on the spot, just
I,
shouting
I
it out.
do. Because I'm always on the spot, you see. So I gotta pass that light over every once in a while. Um, John, I was gonna say I don't remember if you got the chance to answer it last time or not. I know you've talked about horror games, but I never really got your opinion. I think it was when I had Sleepy and Jimmy on that I asked this one. But is there like a favorite horror game for you? Like, is there one that you like a lot? I know you don't play them, you watch a lot of horror games, but is there like a favorite for you?
That's a tough one because I mean, it's like I mean, even though I watch horror games, like I would never even like consider playing it because it's like most of the games I play have all the jump scares in them, which kind of sucks because it's like if I had to choose one, well, no, I'll choose two because I think that choosing one's kind of hard to do. I would choose. That's a tough one to be honest. Cause I'm like, I would put down Resident Evil. 'Cause, I mean, that is kind of a horror game. I mean, that's a cheap shot, but I mean,
No,
you
no, it
can't go wrong.
works.
Actually, you know what, man? Okay, you know what? I'll choose three. How about that? Because I'm gonna choose Resident Evil. I'm gonna choose Silent Hill, and then I'm going to choose by just the fact that we're watching all these lore videos. I would choose Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, although again though, I would never play that game in a million years because I don't care how good I am at it. Those jump scares are like very treacherous, and like I mean that thing like that would give me a heart attack watching those.
Yeah, I think you me both agreed, right? We like the kind of horror games where you can actually fight back as opposed to just like, doing a mechanic or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm only choosing Five Nights because like I've been watching the lore about it. I'm like, you know what though, I can see how people enjoy it. 'Cause, it's like at first I thought it was just about like you just kind of watching cameras and like kind of stopping robots, but apparently like it's a whole series. It's like I guess somehow the first game, well I don't know, but I guess I mean like after a while, like the games they could just kind of they started having like this built up lore, and it's like apparently they have all there's like a whole bunch from it. There's the games play a part in the story, the books play a part of the story, the animations like it's like almost every single thing that's like related to Final Freddy, it's like it's part of the story. So I'm like, you know what? That's not too bad. That's pretty cool. I just will not play the games. So that's about the extent. But I like the horror. I like the game for the fact that it has storytelling in it, and it's not just a game where like you're just getting a jump scare for no reason. 'Cause, I mean, a lot of games they'll make like, they'll just say, hey, there's a killer on the loose. You have to go and fight him. I'm like, well, I mean, that's cool. But it's like, where's the story at? Like, what's the point of me doing this? Like, is there, is it like a game where it's like Cry of Fear where you're battling inner demons and like depression, or is it a game where in Silent Hill where you're kind of going, you're kind of understanding the reasoning for why there's all this fog on here, why your mind is playing tricks on you, like like that kind of thing, or is it just a game where they'll put you down, like I guess Dead by Daylight, where it's just like, here, we're gonna put you down in this horror map and escape killers, and then that's it. So I gotta have some kind of substance for me to appreciate the game.
No, I agree. I agree with you. So that's, I'm kind of looking forward to doing the Resident Evil series as well too. That Jimmy Jimmy really desperately wants me to play. Um, Cause yeah, I've tried like Slenderman and all those other ones, and I can't do it. Like I like Slenderman. I think it's a cool concept, like you said, story wise and all that. But just the game itself, yeah. Once those jump scares start and you just feel defenseless, like I can't do it. I don't know. How do you feel, Sleepy? Do you like playing horror games where you can't fight back, or?
Um, I'm 50-50 on it, to be honest. Just because relating to using like Resident Evil, right? My very first Resident Evil game was, I think, either 5 or 6. Um, and I was at my friend's house, and she was like, "Hey, you want to play Resident Evil?" And I'm just like, "Oh, isn't it's just like a zombie game, right?" So I'm like, "That's scary, right?" I kid you not when I say I threw the controller across the room because I was that scared of it. The random jumps, like, okay, like once in a while you're like, okay, there's a zombie, right? There's someone behind me trying to eat me and stuff like that. But there's a certain part of Resident Evil in 5 or 6 that just has it. Kind of was it. I guess it gets my engine, whatever. When your blood is like super hyped up or something. Anyway,
Oh,
okay.
like you got like adrenaline rush?
Basically, I cannot English today. I've been talking all day.
That's okay.
But it's like, I don't know. There's a certain part in that story that I had that moment, and and then just a certain jump scare in Resident Evil where I actually threw the controller across the room because I was scared. I literally screamed. And it's kind of funny because we played my first time playing Resident Evil. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and kid you not, her dad woke up and was like, "Did someone break in?" I was that scared. But
Oh, wow.
so there's Resident Evil, and then there's also The Last of Us. I never played The Last of Us, but I have seen other like streamers and YouTubers play it, and like my phone is like 5 feet away from my face, 5 inches away from my face. I'm not. I know a jump scare is coming, but like stuff like that. Even when I watch people play Phasmophobia, right? They're like collabing with other people,
Yeah.
like, and then someone dies, and or that streamer or that YouTuber dies, and I'm over here like I literally use my phone across my room because I'm a real guy. I don't know. I'm very easy to get scared, so it's something interesting for me to actually play a horror game. Actually, if everything goes to plan, when I see the Juggernaut on Friday, he actually don't make me play a spooky game. So
Oh, that's
but
right. Yeah, it's the other part to it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So because after his haircut, he's gonna like clean up and go take a shower and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take over his stream for a bit, and kind of nerve wracking because like this is the first IRL stream. I've been on his stream before, but like this like the first like IRL stream, also like the first like face cam as a streamer myself. So it's gonna be like people want to see me cry. So you want to see me get jump scared and cry? I'm afraid. Come join. um, but Silent Hill is actually pretty scary. I don't like Silent Hill. I'm actually pretty scared of Silent Hill, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one I would like to try too. I haven't tried Silent Hill yet.
Yeah, like I don't think I would play any like deep scary horror games on my stream. Maybe like like where that moment is like, oh, where do you come from? Valorant is a horror game. I'm just saying, Valorant is a horror game.
Does it? Yeah. Does it qualify?
I think. Oh my. You look around and you're just like, oh, there's no one here. All of a sudden you get shot behind you. Like, oh my god. Or like someone just pops out in front of you. Like, oh my god. There's so many times that happens in stream, but I have my mic up, so I'm just like,
Oh, that's
I'm just doing my
when you get sneak up on.
Yeah, I'll be streaming it, but you don't hear me like actually get jump scared. But I actually would get jump scared. Like, where were you hiding?
I was gonna say, 3M has a question for you guys. I think John, you said you've seen it. I just can't remember, Sleepy, if you've watched the show or not. But he was curious if you both have seen The Last of Us. Sorry. Okay, yeah, the Last of Us HBO. He's gone to episode 1 only. But his question to you guys was, and same with you, I Faircious. If you want to chime in, you can give your opinion as well. But how did you guys feel about Joel's daughter, passed away two decades later, when Joel tossed his daughter with no type of emotion whatsoever? Okay, so you mean like that Joel moved on with Ellie, right, over his daughter? Is that what you're trying to say, 3M? Just so I understand. He just wanted to know if anyone else noticed that, or was it just him with the TV show? Joel tossed her into the fire with no feeling, like, yeah, I'm over it, and tossed her over. And oh, sorry, he has one more comment on here. What I noticed as well is that even though it took 2 decades later, her body didn't decompose whatsoever. I mean, it's been 20 years after the outbreak. It's not like they kept her body in a cooler or something.
I have no interest in The Last of Us. I just never really cared much about it. But that's crazy that Joel did that. I mean, I get why he did it, but I I think that her body decomposed because it's like, hey, she's not showing much. Like nobody really cares about her daughter anymore. Because it's like once Ellie takes over, then it's like I mean, she is the poster child for the whole game anyway. So it's like once I don't know Joel's daughter's name, but like once she's gone, then it's like, yeah, Ellie kind of takes over, and then it becomes more about her. So I don't think the writers or even like Sony cares about his daughter anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a crazy concept. Like the whole game, right, has just so many moral dilemmas, and even the show too, right? Yeah, they really challenge a few things. I was gonna say on there, 3M. I can't remember if you joined it or not, or if you don't even have Discord. But if you want to join the Discord, by all means, feel free. Um, you're already invited. You're on the Discord, my friend, and you're more than welcome to hop on the podcast if you want to. But yeah, 3M. If you want, there's a gentleman in there. His name's Cat Trooper. He's absolutely like in love with the show. He would love to discuss that one with you. He's always down to talk about The Last of Us. He has so many different like opinions and takes and views on it. Um, yeah, no. If you want 3M next time, or you can hop on now because we still have your question if you want to ask us. Basically, you guys join the Discord. You just go to general voice chat, and once you're on, it's open mic. They did, yeah. No, they definitely did her dirty. But yeah, 3M. Did you think of a question you want to ask us, or was that your big one for us tonight? And then John, sorry. you never got a chance to say, because Sleepy got her moment to talk about her big stream on Friday. Did you have any streams going on this week that you wanted to shout out for people?
I'm not gonna lie, not really. I know I want to play some games, but yeah, I do know that next Friday, so I'll be off. I will be streaming Dead Island. Yeah, Dead Island too. So, I mean, I'll be getting that the morning it comes out, and so I'll be doing that. Maybe not an all night shit, like all day, like just for a couple hours. But yeah, that's about it. I'm really trying to get this affiliate thing knocked out. So I'm gonna probably be on Twitter for a couple of days. Maybe even tonight, where I'm saying, "Hey guys, come to my stream." Just say some words so I can get affiliate, and then we'll be good.
Nice, buddy.
So that's
And
sorry
I
about
see we
that.
have a
That's
new
my
guest. Hello, buddy. How's it going?
Hi.
Oh, maybe the mic's still working its way in. um, John, sorry, I was gonna say, was it Dead Island 2 you said, or the first Dead Island?
just
Oh, okay. That'll be still a good stream though. I love Dead Island.
Oh yeah, I might. Yeah, I really should start playing like modern games on my stream. I've been playing a lot of emulators lately, just because it's like I've been enjoying. I'm just having the nostalgia kind of run through. But I need to actually go and play some games that I play now. I mean, like right now I'm playing Minecraft Dungeons. I mean, it's a
Ooh, nice choice. That's a pretty fun game.
It is a fun. Yeah, no, it definitely is. So I might go ahead and start streaming that maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I know that Thursday I have a busy night on Thursday, so yeah, I'll probably do tomorrow night and then Friday night for my stream.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think like tonight is I'm gonna do a short little stream, and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and I'll be on Twitter most likely, like doing the whole hey, look at me and my stream. I can hit affiliate tonight or hopefully this week.
Are you pretty close, John? Or
All I need is the 5 people talking at once, which I'm like I don't really get that part. I mean like that's really it.
oh, okay, no problem then. Yeah. When you go, I mean, I think your thing does appear in the Discord, but if not, I'll make sure I shout it out then so you can get that. 'Cause yeah, that's
St. Louis
pretty easy.
Blues.
Yeah.
Hey!
I,
There's his voice.
I feel it. I feel it because I need all I need is the average 3 followers, and I will finally hit affiliate as well. I'm at 2.6
yeah.
right now. I'm almost there.
Yeah, the both of you are definitely gonna hit out of the park this week. I can see it
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Definitely.
So
Yeah,
hey, am I in the podcast?
You are in the podcast, my friend.
Hell yeah.
How about you, buddy? What have you been up to the past week?
Oh, just work and stuff. So who needs affiliate? Who was talking about affiliate?
So we have Sleepy on the bottom of you there, with the little anime character, and then we also have Pizza or John. He's got the the Chicken McNuggets icon.
Sorry.
Both of them.
Is that Wen99?
Yeah.
So where are you at with your followers?
So I actually already hit the 50 mark. I'm at 55 right now. I just need
Yeah.
the average 3 viewers, and I'm at 2.6 currently.
So in my journey to become an affiliate, I seem to remember, and I could be wrong on this, but I remember that you had to have a 200 minimum followers too. So even though you have an average of X numbers, you have to have like a certain number of followers too. So how many followers do you have?
I'm at 55 currently.
55. So unless things have changed, it's been about 2 years since I became affiliate myself. But in that time, it used to be 200. So double check just to make sure, like double check the minimum requirements to be sure. Because if you can do it at 55, that's amazing. That's awesome. Because I didn't have that. I had to be at 200. But if you can do it at 55, that's great. But it's all about sharing, rating. That's huge.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely every time I end stream and I see a fellow streamer, a fellow streamer slash friend, I do and give them support. Because before I started streaming, I called myself a more support of everyone that was streaming. Because I got actually pressured to stream by the Juggernaut, and yeah.
Yeah, fuck peer pressure, huh?
Yeah, peer pressure. But definitely, but ever since then, I met, Jimmy, and I met Mindful, and I met Pizza, and like everyone that's amazing. So
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
yeah, and then pizza, and hey, Mindful, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over your channel,
No, it's open mic, buddy. You go right ahead.
but pizza, what about you? What's your story as far as affiliate and all that? What's your story, pizza?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Although to be fair, I took a hiatus from streaming, so I'm kind of like, I'm kind of just just trying to get myself past all that nonsense, just so that I can be done with it and just say, hey, you guys, I'm affiliate, and that's hitting that milestone. And that's really it. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as Win right now,
Right.
but. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, I plan on. I was telling Mindful that all I'm going to do is I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to just I'm going to spam as much as I can while I'm streaming. Be like, hey guys, check out my stream, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow and Friday. Just to get my name out there. Just kind of get people to say, hey, let's check this guy out. So.
Right.
It's just me kind of, just committing to that and not just coming home and being from work. I'm trying to get this stuff done with so that way, I can have it done with and, I can check off my little list of things to do that I wanted to do since COVID and I just never had a chance to. So I'm doing it now.
Yeah. Right. And I'll put this out there, just from my own experience, as being an affiliate, is that I didn't get here because I just did it. Like I got here because of friends. I got here because I made allies. And so for both of you guys, like you have to find people who are strong and powerful and have a lot of followers. It doesn't mean, like suck up or like, oh, beg and plead. It's not that. It's just become important to channels that have good followership, because what will end up happening is that you'll get raids and you'll get support from channels who care about you as much as you care about them. And so at some point you'll get raids from your friends, your allies, people who support, that they support you back, and you'll suddenly find yourself, boom, I have, an average of, 7 point or, whatever, and you'll get there, but you have to build it.
Man, I never thought about that. So I'm glad you actually brought it to my attention because that was like the last thing I was gonna think about, to be honest. So thank you for that advice.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Much thanks for it as well.
3M was a little bit curious. I did look it up for you guys, and yeah, they did change it a little bit. So you don't have to have 200 anymore. You only need 50 followers. You have to
Wow.
have 500. I know it's crazy. It's a big change. You have to have 500 total minutes broadcasted in 30 days, 7 unique broadcast days in 30 days, and an average of 3 viewers. So even the chat one, you don't really have to worry about anymore, Pizza. So that's one you can already check off your list.
They really changed the rules. That's about 50% of what it used to be.
Yeah. So they made it a lot easier.
For some reason, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you can use it.
No, I was just, you know, I was like, because like, I think during the time, you know, like I was on Twitch during like the COVID time, and for some reason, I don't remember that being like 200. So I'm guessing it must have changed a lot. Which I mean, that's cool that it did. I just never knew that it was so high. I thought it was always at 50.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're right, because it's one of the easier methods, I guess, because YouTube, right, is ridiculously high. It's like 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours watched, and I'm sure TikTok or whatever has their own restrictions too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're looking, you know, like they want people to kind of, you know, really get out there and be, you know, in the community. I'm guessing, you know, they probably saw that, you know, having 200 subs, or sorry, having 200 followers, you know, it's like, you know what though? You know, a lot of people here are streaming, you know, they probably have jobs. They probably don't have a lot of time to really dedicate it to, they probably say, you know what, let's make it 50. Let's make it a short amount of time so that we can ease them into doing streaming more and more. Which I mean, I think somebody made a comment about that on YouTube. I think it was like Asmongold made a comment about that on his YouTube video, talking about how, you know, Twitch wants people to stay on Twitch. So, you know, if they can make things as easy as possible, they're going to get streamers every single day.
Yeah, no,
And I'll throw this out there. Kick, Kick has been around already for a minute, but there's a lot of people are coming back to Kick, but there's something else. I could be wrong, but there's another service out there that does the same thing, like Kick and Twitch, that some people are trying to come to as well. So I think to a degree, Twitch is trying to draw people back that Twitch is the premier.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume so. You know, it's like the only time I heard about Kick was, you know, from this guy called Aiden Ross, and unfortunately, you know, it's like, you know, it's just like, you know, apparently he was, you know, like he was promoting all this hateful stuff. You know, it's like, oh man, so here we go again. You know, like now we have a platform that is allowing that to happen, which means that they're either going to ban Aiden, or they're going to say no more of this hate speech, or they're going to double down and say it's a free speech place. Which I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen Twitter lately, and you know, I don't want to see those kind of people on Kick, but apparently they're coming in. You know, I was I was on it last night, and I was like, let me look up, you know, just, you know, like, let me look up the worst thing that Twitch might have imposed. You know, so I was looking at, you know, like, look up like bikini streamers, and I saw pages and pages of, you know, like the whole bathtub, hot tub streaming. I'm like, man, these people, they, you know, they can't get enough of it. And so I'm assuming that what's going to happen is might see the money coming in and ready to say, you know what, no problem here. You know, maybe put out, you know, maybe they'll just make it where they might have an adult streaming and then a child streaming platform, or they may not do it. I mean, because I know that Twitch
is supposed to be 18 plus anyway.
Oh, well then in that case, then, you know, they're not doing their job. I mean, I have seen kids on Twitch.
Oh no.
I'm like, so, you know, I don't know if they're gonna fix it. They're probably not gonna fix it. I mean, you know, like they have already seen that, you know, they see the money coming in, so they don't care enough about it. I just think that hopefully Kick can like find that, you know, the moral high ground and just say, hey, look, let's not do that, because, I don't know. I have seen Aiden Ross's channel. He has a lot. He has all of these Andrew Tate. I want to be alpha males in his comments. So he has a following, but it's not the kind that I want to see being promoted. So they got to find a way to fix that.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like you were right with Aiden Ross. Like I don't know, that's kind of like I signed up for it. Like I was thinking about making an account on there, but then I heard like he's really trying to push the envelope on there, and like Twitch has a lot more security than they do. Like for example, he like showed that you could like watch porn on there. You could do like whatever you wanted, basically. Like you can stream anything on that. So yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, it's a touchy one to jump into right now, I guess. It doesn't have like a lot of restrictions like Twitch does. So you'd get definitely a different crowd of people, is what I'm saying, on Kick. I also, sorry, I just wanted to give a quick little shout out. Z Chick says, hello, everybody. And obviously, I love you, best friend. She's excited to see you on iFarish. You know what, Cheyenne? It's whatever, man. I'm trying here. And also, if you guys didn't know, 3M is another streamer. He was just saying that he's at 30 followers right now. He streams Gems of War mostly. Fantastic game, so always worth it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I got his question for you guys, but before we get to that one, I'm gonna screw it up again. I'm so sorry, buddy. iFaircious. You didn't get a chance yet. I give everyone a free chance to, when they first hop on here, go ahead, shout out your channel, promote yourself a little bit. You definitely have some great content. I know one of your main games is Raid Shadow Legends, but yeah, let everyone know what you're all about, my dude. Oh, did it go? Oh, did it go through? Are you still there, buddy?
Might be Discord acting up, probably.
Yeah,
Sometimes this.
I know it. Yeah, you're right. One of the times that we were talking, it had to reconnect.
Yeah, that happens a lot for me when I'm trying to video chat somebody. It's like, kind of did the whole buffering thing.
Okay. Well, you know what? When your mic goes back on, buddy, you go and take the stage light. I will quickly switch over to 3M's question while yours is working out. 3M, you might know Zichik just from like the Discord itself. She's always usually on one of our streams, and yeah, she's got like a lot of great content as well. Sorry, just trying to see where his question went to. Okay, there you go. So 3M's question for us to wrap the night was, whoever thinks of first, go ahead and shout it out. But which was their best? Which was their best moments throughout school life that they remember until now? So, example, was it elementary, middle, high school, college, university, and what happened?
That's a good question.
That is a damn good question. And hey, Z-Chick.
Hi, Z-Chick.
You might have
Hello.
Z-Chick on Xbox. I'm not too sure.
I was talking about this earlier, but does anybody else remember Pogs?
Yeah, I loved Pogs. Are you kidding me? That was a huge collection back in the day.
Yeah, like Pogs and Slammers.
Yeah, no, I used to collect those. Like I hound my mom for new ones all the time.
I'm dead. Sorry, I'm still playing, guys. I'm sorry. Hi.
It's not
How is
bad.
Oh my
everybody?
God, Z-Chick, what the hell? Z-Chick,
What?
what the hell?
What the hell? What the hell?
You what the hell, Z-Chick?
What the fuck?
Well,
What
now
up,
that your mic's working, buddy. As I say, did you want to shout out your channel?
Precious. I'm not your mama, boy. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's a moment, guys. It's a moment. I'm trying not to die. Oh. Okay,
This
I'm
is
gonna
why we-
mute because everyone's crazy.
I was gonna say this is why we missed you, Z-Chick.
I bring the chaos. It is free. It is free chaos. I don't have any fucking moats. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna go get those. Somebody died. Boop, 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 mine.
This is what I pay her for.
Oh, and then
Exactly.
it died. This is what you pay me for? I need a raise, yo. I need a raise. I made Fresh's cry tonight, he told me. He came into my stream and he's like, "You've left me for another stream." I was like, "I left you for my own though. Like, doesn't that count?" I didn't leave you for
You
like
left
anybody
me
else.
and I cried, Z-Chick.
Bullshit.
It's what
You're full
happens
of
when
it.
you get a whole bunch of streamers together.
Right?
This is the
Right?
best part about
There's
the
no crying
podcast.
in gaming. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No. Ah, your mama.
So I Precious. What about your channel, buddy?
Boobs and booze.
Yeah,
Right?
boobs and booze and Raid Shadow Legends.
Boobs. Well, I mean, it's boobs. That's
I
what
mean,
raid
it's not
is.
my boobs. It's somebody's boobs. I don't know. It's not mine.
You get some titties for biddies. No, I'm just kidding.
I love them titties on my channel.
If
Why
only
was
that
I
was the thing,
banned?
right?
Because there are
Biddies for
titties.
titties. What up?
I
Can't-
don't care. I don't care. It's just Raid Shadow Legends and
Okay.
drinking some beer and hanging out.
Yeah, you can't forget the cool doggies. Come on, they're a little spotlight of the show.
I don't have any dogs. What?
What do you? Oh yeah, you're right. Django's just nothing now, eh?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
my babies, my babies.
all right. So yeah. So what about you guys? So again, 3M's question was, what was your best moment throughout school life that you remember until now? So elementary, middle, or high school or college? Does anyone have one they want to shout out?
That's 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 an interesting question to see. That makes you think back. Like, what did I do?
I mean, I feel like I already gave my best one away. It was the whole toilet and shoe incident. I can re-hashtag that one again if you guys want to hear it. But
What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question?
back in like elementary, middle, high school, college, whatever one you want to go to, do you have a favorite memory that you still remember until now?
The favorite memory from high school, college, or ooh, I don't.
I
There's
do
ooh.
I do have a good memory myself.
Ooh,
I
all
love
right,
to
let's
share.
hear
Let's
it.
hear it. Go for it. I want to hear it.
No, ZJ, you're in front of me. You're in front. You're in front. You're in front.
I gotta talk. I don't have them. I mean, my memories aren't good. I was a bad kid, guys.
Yeah, same here.
I was a bad kid. I mean, high school was like a blur. I was either in detention or grounded. Not
I
high
was a
school.
quiet
Middle
kid.
school. Middle school.
This
I was
I was
a
a
B
naughty
quiet
was
kid.
a thug. A
I was
thug.
a fucking thug, yo. But that's why I'm so nice now. Because I'm like,
She got out of her system. It's okay now.
yeah, well, I mean, kind of. I kickboxed until I was like 25. So, like, I still had a little aggressions until like my 30s. I'm nice now, though.
It's
I'm
kind of
mellow.
hard. It's kind of hard to be a bad kid with an Asian mom. I'm just putting it out there.
Look, I had a Hispanic mom, and I gave no fucks. I got my ass kicked by my mama too.
See, at least you guys can sound cool when you say this. I have the Canadian mob. It doesn't even sound badass.
No, it's funny because when one of us used to get in trouble, mom would make the other sibling to get the broom to give it to her. To back us a bit, like, oh my god, I don't want to do that. But if we didn't do it, then we would get in trouble. So it's kind of a fend for yourself situation. Survival of the fittest, basically.
Oh hell yeah! You don't know fear until you see like a wooden spoon or the freaking belt coming off. And you're like, oh shit! You gotta smarten up right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
I am one joke away from getting a whooping right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I think for me it was high school. A good
Yeah, what
memory.
about high school?
Um, again, I grew up really shy, and I'm still very shy in person. It doesn't sound like it. People are like, "Oh my God, Sleepy, you're not shy." I'm like, "Yes, I am. Trust me. I'm really shy." Um, but well, I, I always had stage fright, but I guess middle school and high school it is, but mainly high school. Middle school, I started dancing and started like performing like for like like rallies and stuff like that. And then it kicked off in high school, and I joined my brother's club in high school, and did dancing for like 4 years. Did so I overcame my stage fright, and I did choir for 3 years, which was cool. But yeah, I kind of just faced my fears in high school, what I was afraid of to put myself out there, and I went I went to a different college compared to my other friends from high school to like get out of my comfort zone, and then I'm streaming, and that's I would never thought I would be in a different college compared to my high school friends, nor I never thought I'll be streaming. So I guess those are like my happy memories, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty difficult
I
thing to
would be
put yourself
happy
out
to
there.
terrify you for the next 5 years.
That's my BFF, yo. That's my
I'm
BFF.
kidding. I'm
He's not
kidding.
kidding.
You can protect me.
I got you. I got your back. I got your back.
Boo, boo,
We just
boo,
gotta throw some
boo,
titties and
boo.
biddies at him. He'll be good.
You know what? If you guys ever come into my town, I'll bring you guys to a nice like bar area.
Sweet. I thought of a memory. Okay, so like when I was little, I didn't speak English, and my third grade teacher was awesome in teaching me how to read and write and learn English better. So that was
Wow,
yeah.
that's really
Actually, we're still
nice.
Facebook friends. I'm still Facebook friends with my third grade teacher.
That's wicked. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I got made fun of like teacher's pet and shit like that because the way that she taught me was like have me grade papers and stuff like English papers and shit. But it worked.
Oh,
So Spanish
that's
Yeah,
is my
that's a
wicked.
first
pretty
language.
interesting way
Yeah.
to do that.
Oh, I got taken from behind by that fucker. Sorry
What
for
about
all
you,
of the bad
John?
stuff.
No, you're fine. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I remember from high school was the fact that I was talking to this one girl. We became a thing. We kind of broke up. I got with her friend. We became a thing. And that's about it, man. Like, I don't know. I wasn't trying to date
Play it.
people.
Right.
You
I was
know,
like, okay, player, what are you doing? Oh, what the?
I don't know why. I mean, it's like I didn't even know the girl like that. It's just like I
Okay.
don't know. It's just, I was just hanging out with people, and I was like, okay, cool. I guess they like me. I didn't even know about that. I was just like, okay, that's whatever. And
I mean, what happened in high school stays in high school.
it wasn't anything like that though. I mean,
No.
it was it was just me trying to go to school and be done with it.
Oh,
I don't know why. It's like I only remember that, and I think it's because she was a pale white girl. I was like, you know what though,
those
that's
stuck
why.
out.
damn pale white girls.
That's what I mean. She was pretty cool though, but I don't know. It's like I can remember that moment. Like I don't know why. I think it's just the fact that it's like I guess it was just different for me. Like hey, this person is like trying to chill with me in that kind of way. I was trying to do. And
We get our asses handed to us. Sorry.
that's about it though. I mean, because it's like if it wasn't that, it was me getting beat by my mom. Because like 'cause, of course I'll get in trouble. So like I know one time I had skipped school. I didn't know I did. I didn't know I did it on like intentionally. I didn't know. I just didn't know I had class that day. So I was just like walking around. They called my mom, so I went back home. Next thing I know, like the belt's off, and like she was just like slinging at me. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Like that. It was just by surprise. Like, whoa, what happened? So of course, knowing how I was, and I was like, like, yeah, I was like, what are you doing? And so, all she was doing, she was going ham with that belt. Like she was not letting go of that thing until, I learned my lesson somehow. And I still don't know what happened because I went back to school the same day and I still skipped out because I didn't know I had an eighth period class. So I was like walking around, and so every time it happened, I would go home. I get yelled. I'm like, "What class do I have to go to?" And so it wasn't until she called the school and told them, and told me that, "Hey, you have a class at the end of the day. Go to that class." I was like, "Nobody told me that."
That's so
So
weird that no one would tell you.
this school sucks. I mean, the school still sucks. I mean, I work there now, but I mean, the school still sucks. So they won't tell kids anything until it's too late. Yeah, I mean, even when I come to work, they won't tell me anything until we get in trouble. Like, so you're gonna tell the APs, you're gonna tell all the kiss up teachers, but you won't tell the people who just want who couldn't work
Can
at
we
time.
can we all sing like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer together?
Uh huh.
All right.
Of course.
Mhm.
But yeah, John, that was a good one. I like that dating story. That was good.
I mean, that's all I remember from high school. 'Cause, like everything else was just like it was just a plain old high school. That was really it though. There was nothing really like eye catching to me. I didn't do a
I
lot
get you.
in high school. I would like because like I was just I was going to school, I went home, and I just did gaming. Like my PS2 was worn out through high school, so that's about it.
Yeah, no, mine too. I definitely gave way too much. Um, I guess for me, like, I mean, minus the wonderful left shoe bandit story that I told before. There's only two other things that really like stuck out to me in school. Just thinking about it. Um, One very very quick because it's sad, right? But like went through a lot of bullying when I was in school. Shout out to my mom. Like I said this a few times on streams before, and people have redeemed story time. But my mom literally like saved my ass most of my school life. So like
I love
quick
your mom.
example. I know she's fucking awesome. She really is.
I'm
Like I
gonna
mean, shout out
hug
to any
you.
mom.
Mindful. I'm giving you a big giant hug.
Oh, thank you.
I'm wrapping my
But yeah,
legs. Wrapping my legs around you and hugging you.
That's a little bit more
I
than a
feel
hug, if Precious.
I,
Tone it down there. Tone it down.
I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the comfort from that.
He's feeling all
um,
nuggies.
like I say, like shout out to parents in general, right? Like, because they do things that are always above and beyond. So what my mom would do is she would show up every break, every lunch hour, just make sure I was okay. Because like reality was, if she didn't show up, I would end up either in the principal's office, like knocked out, or in like the hospital, like because shit would happen, right? Like just a rough time. But anyway, that
Your
was
kid's
just
ass.
yeah, like that
Sorry.
was
It happened.
no. I get it. Like I said, it was a shitty time, but whatever. Shout out to my mom for that one. But my happy memory that I had was high school. My history teacher ran a Dungeons and Dragons class, and it was fucking so cool. History teachers tell the best stories. Let me tell you that flat
Yes.
out. There was like at
Yeah,
least
they definitely
six or
do.
seven. Yeah, there was at least 6 or 7 of us, and we just all played Dungeons and Dragons every lunch hour. Like this guy could have been like, whatever, you're just a bunch of punk kids. Like I don't want to help you, but like he found that people were interested in the game, and he had a whole like collection of the books. So every lunch hour, he'd be like, meet in this room. I'll be there from 12 to 1, wherever the case was. We'll play Dungeons and Dragons, and yeah, it was fucking awesome, and it was like the best 4 years of high school was just going there every lunch hour and playing that game.
No, that's cool. I mean, I don't know, a lot of them men like that game seems really cool. It's just like I guess my kind of point of view, it's like I just couldn't get into it. I mean, look, it looks very intimidating to me and like very complicated. Even, I'm not sure if it is or not. I just know that it's like I think I would mess it up on the first try just because I don't know what to do. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I don't know. Like, do I just say, hey, I cast a spell and then burgers fall the sky, or like it's like actual like some kind of
Well,
skill
you
to it?
There
can't you can't
is,
really mess it up. It's very fluid. The game,
yeah,
the whole thing is very it's organic. You can't
I've
really
never
mess
played
it up.
D&D.
So don't ever think about it in that sense. Because if you ever play a game like D&D or Magic, you have the
Oh,
ability to
you
kind
play
of like
motherfucker.
grow into the game, and it's just like everybody builds around you.
yeah. It's I said it's a really unique game. Like, you definitely screw up and it sucks because like like that could be the death of your character, right? But then you just make a new one. You carry on. It's pretty fun, John. Especially if you have a good group of people. Like, if you got people that are creative, and funny, and you got a good storyteller, you could die many times and still have a great time playing it. For example, when I was playing, I went to go save this guy that wasn't even, I didn't even like him really. I was just like, you know what, he's dying. I'm gonna try to save his ass, and I ended up having like this weird cube monster melt all my skin off, and I became like an undead zombie after that. So the game's really unique. It just depends on who's telling the story.
Interesting. Well, I know one thing. If I ever do a D&D type of thing, I want it to be like, like I guess Candyland theme. So it's like every person, it's like their hero is based on like a popular candy brand. So I know that I would probably be, um,
That's cool.
I don't know. I think I would probably be. What's a good candy that I like? I would probably like be Skittles. There we go.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
be a
love
Skittles
Skittles.
master.
I like it. I like it. That's different. I like it.
And then I don't know. And I guess like our powers are just based off of like I guess whatever our nutritional facts are. So I guess since I'm a very colorful candy, like all my skills are they're all color based. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really the best at like creating a character. I just like the looks of them, and that's really it.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's a good idea. Like you're right. Like I mean, there is a general book, right, that helps you through Dungeons and Dragons. But I mean, a lot of it you could just make up on your own and just create rules for.
Mm,
I was going to give 3M a quick little shout out here. He just gave one of his. He was saying that mine was high school. Among my group, I was pretty popular, and you could say somewhat of a leader. Students would be coming towards me and asking me this and that, and also asked to kick somebody off the group because of reasons. People loved me, and I felt popular like for 1 year. I get that. Popularity is definitely a nice thing when you had those moments in elementary, middle, or high school.
mm,
Uh,
yeah. I'm
mine only came at the end when we all graduated, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "I like you. I'm gonna miss you." It's like you were a dick for 4 years.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna miss he'll miss being that kind of person to you, which is like, hey man, kick rocks. I'm trying to graduate now. You had your chance to bully me, and so boo hoo. Although, I do know that, like there was like this one guy who was a bully like for a lot of people, like I mean, he's a cool guy now. I think that, he talked about how, you know, not to not to kill the mood. I just happen to think about it now, like his parents
No
were his
worries.
parents were very abusive, like his dad left him, mom was just very mean to him. So, like I think when he got out of high school, like, he got a job, he's married now. He has a big old house. He has a giant car, like he's a lot nicer now. He talked about how, like doing like physical labor, it kind of helped him really get out of that mindset of, man, I'm always upset. I'm depressed. So, like all the hard work paid off and, now he's cool. I mean, I didn't really know the guy that much. I have seen him like just kind of be like that kind of person, but I mean, he was cool. The person who he bullied, he was cool too. He apologized. They made up and all that good stuff. So, happy ending. But yeah, that's when I learned about, how, yeah, like people suck in the real world.
Oh, totally. And you're right, John. Like 90, well, I'm not going to give a stat, but most of the people, right, that are bullies or whatever the case is, criminals, all that down the road. There was a toxic relationship somewhere in there, right, that occurred and led them down that path. I mean, there's traits and all that other stuff, but there was more likely a trigger, right? Whether it was an abusive family or something dramatic that happened, right? Something created that edge that they decided to take.
Oh yeah, so it's like I mean, you know, not to bring the mood down. I just have to think about that guy because it's like I mean, I talked to him about what last month about kind of going to like a gaming convention. So like that's just something to do. But yeah, that's all. It was a happy ending, so we're good now. He's good. I'm good. My friends are good. Life is good. My dog is good.
Yeah.
My ex is okay. I mean, that's about it.
Well, I mean, kudos to you, buddy. Too. Like it takes, it takes big balls too to even, mend that relationship afterwards, right? And then go, yeah, you know what? I'm willing to give you a second chance, or whatever the case might be. Um, before, sorry, I know I took you guys and a lot of your time, and I appreciate you guys being on here. But I did want to give Z Chick one little chance at the spotlight because she's been sick and hasn't had a chance to do a lot of streams. So Z Chick, please take the floor. Let us know if we got any special streams for you coming up, or what's your game plan now you're starting to feel a little better.
I am going to stream every day.
I knew it.
Every day. Oh my God, I've missed it so much. Not really just streaming, like I'm just gaming, not having the energy even to do it has been rough. But I've got Hogwarts that I plan on playing. I streamed Destiny 2 for the first time tonight. That was fun. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be gaming and maybe doing some co-streams with a few people.
Are you close to finishing Hogwarts, Z Chick, or are you still like at a halfway point?
I'm not even at a halfway point. I just got my wand,
Oh.
honestly, because like I got the game and then Genshin had an update, and Genshin's my first love. Well, my second love, if I'm being honest. Skyrim's my first love. So yeah, I went back to Genshin. It always takes over, but I think I'm just gonna be more disciplined about, at least setting up a few hours to dedicate to a different game, because I will just lose myself in Genshin all the time. So
It's actually good you mentioned that. I was telling Sleepy earlier. One of the new people, Oompa Loompa, she plays Genshin, but she was kind of just starting off in the game, right? She doesn't know a lot about it, so I was shouting out you and Sleepy, and I shouted out Solario. I said, "Yeah, there'll be great resources." In fact, because you're both are on here, would you guys like it if I actually made? I know you have one already, Z-Chick, I think. But would you guys like it if I had a Genshin category in there too?
sure,
Since
I
so many of
mean,
you guys. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
This way it's easier for people to find out who plays the game. But yeah. Anyway, if you get a message from her, that's why she needs some help in the game. I said, well, there's lots of people that play it. So.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I still need to get Z-Chick to help me with my Genshin as well.
Let me be a god in your world, please. It's the best feeling ever.
Just one shot everything.
Yes. I just want to smack things down like. Oh. It's the best feeling.
That's awesome.
And I like when I go into somebody else's world and it's like it's kind of new again, and I don't always remember where things were. So rediscovering it's always interesting. Like rediscovering like certain parts of the villages and cities and stuff. So, and then
that's true. It's a pretty big game, so you probably do forget.
I mean,
things
especially because it's been so long since I've done some of the other quests. Yeah, it's great. I'm dead. Sorry.
No worries.
This is the first time I got like my voice back. Well, mostly. Hey, that's my husband, by the way.
Hey, Spider.
But yeah, like I just finally finished all my meds yesterday, so I'm kind of feeling like me almost again.
Well, yeah, that was a lot you went through during that.
So yeah, I got COVID, and then that turned into pneumonia. I tore a muscle in my diaphragm. I had a partially collapsed lung. It's been rough, man. It's been rough. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And then Spider got COVID. So, like it was,
Oh,
we haven't been near each other in like 3 weeks. It's kind of weird because we're like always right by each other and do stuff together for like 18 years now. So we had to like just distance ourselves from each other. It's weird.
well, I get it though. But I mean, like, because you had it so bad too. Like, you wouldn't want to risk
Oh
catching it
God,
again.
no,
Like,
yeah.
that's understandable.
Yeah, I was completely away from everybody. So I mean, you had to. I didn't want to get anybody sick. I was worried about everybody in the house.
Oh, of course. Well, like I said, it's so nice to have you back, and especially to have your voice back again and your energy.
Yay! I know. I was so down, man. I'm so glad to just be mostly me, man. Mostly me.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I said I know some of you've been on here for like a couple hours now, almost 3 hours. Holy, right on. um, but yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. For those of you who hopped on for the first time, again, you are always welcome back as many times as you want to. I don't mind at all. And I said it's open mic, so you can bring your own questions. Don't feel bad if you take over the podcast because you have a bunch of things you want to ask people. By all means, do so. Wow. We do this
I'm
every
gonna say
single
that now,
Tuesday at
Koso.
Go so yeah. It was like okay, I had a moment with Jimmy. I was out of my mind, right? And no normal people would go like, yeah, I play games 1 to 6. I was like, yeah, I played 6 through 1, and he's like, I'm gonna use that every time
Every
now.
time.
Yeah, I
Yep.
beat.
Fuck yeah. I feel that. That's like
But yeah,
copyrighted right there. Oh, your mom's a whore.
but yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful night.
Have a good
Thank
night,
you again for
guys.
popping on, and yeah,
Thank
bye
you. Have a good
everybody.
night. Bye.
Bye, night, night.
So one more time, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you, 3M. Huge shout out to you, buddy. You were fantastic in the chat today. I really appreciated all your questions, and yeah, just really like the engagement you had. It's always a pleasure seeing you. Um, Again, I know I've encouraged a lot with you, but if you do get the opportunity, please join the Discord, my dude. I would love to promote your streams on there too, and get you with a few people on here. Um, I believe you could hit affiliate soon too if that's something that you're into. It sounds like that was an interest for you. Tommy, earlier, thank you so much, buddy, for stopping in. Yeah, I just can't say more than that. I appreciate all of you. This was a fun podcast. It was nice to have a bigger group of people hop on. And I will see you guys all next Tuesday for the next Two Tired Dudes podcast. Bye. Have a beautiful night.